I love that shit. And the funky. The star.
Yeah, y'all already know. Seven the pan. That dude Biz on the beat. Yeah. We live in entertainment. Sound change. Round the kings, homie. This is where it get ill. About to have the tip off live as a tip drill. From the court to the diamond, to the track, to the big skin, flying around the field, starting five forever, keeping it real. If it matters in the world of sports, jeans and long sleeves, they taking no shorts. So hot to death, oh yes, these are the sports podcasts live as a pro's course. Biz market wave, the starting five goes off. No matter who you cheer for, emotions out the window, they analyze it with clear thoughts. They take it way deeper than the force ever. No longer got any use for the four letters. The latest news, score stats and the view from the sideline. Ain't no guideline, it's just the truth. Yeah, no need to dig for a pardon line. It's always in season to people starting five. We going in on three, run the baseline, starting five. We got what you need. If the sports news you see, we don't waste time. We talking cause we live it. We got what you need. We going in on three, run the baseline, starting five. We got what you need. And y'all know me, seven sign, I'm the illest cat spit. I got what you need.
Second episode of this new year and almost new life for our country. We all together, that's a shocker, which is good. We all five of us here for once. My guys, thank you very much. Y'all know who I am. It's your mom's favorite fat guy, the DJ named Ace 5. And we back. As always, I gotta check. I keep saying this, but I'm gonna actually check in with the homie from hooksrub.com. Make sure everything is all right with him. Make sure Hooksrub.
We need to get him back on. Dan.
That too, but they haven't been podding. I actually listened to their last pod a couple days ago, and they haven't done a pod since fucking like April. But we'll see. Hit the box next to Jamal's head. Tyrone, what up?
What's up? Nothing eventful happened this week. Just regular work, bullshit. Nothing happened. I tried. I got back into some video gaming, got into some Marvel Rivals and all that. But I'm here. I'm ready to go. And I don't think we never stressed or mentioned like Jamal. It's good that you was healthy and everything from the accident. I meant to say something to you. Like I'm glad to see you. Like you're all right. And everything turned out good with your health and all that stuff, brother.
No, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Very, 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 very happy about that. But yeah, I appreciate y'all.
You up next, Jay?
My bad. You see what the priority is, right?
God damn, second show we forgot how to do this.
Yeah, man. What's up, y'all? I'm happy. Great to chop up the second week. Shit's about to get real these next 10 days in these United States of America, and I'm looking forward to watching Rome burn and for us having commentary on that shit. So let's do it. TJ?
You can't hear it. I got the reggae air horn going. You know what I'm saying? What's up? New year, fellas. It's good. To piggyback off what Jamal said, get your popcorn ready because it's going to be very entertaining for the next 4 years. People, I suggest just live your life. Live your life. Do what you got to do. Your bills ain't going to stop. People out here, don't get caught up with the bullshit. Just continue to live your life. Shout out to the people who checked on me for my daughter in Cali. She's fine. The fires are not next to her. They're a little bit further south from where she's at. She did show me a picture. It looked bananas. The sky was just lit up from her apartment. It's crazy out there what they're going through right now. But besides that, everything is good. Looking forward to doing some big things for myself personally in the new year. Of course, continue some traveling. And hope to see all four of you guys link up. We need to link up like Voltron this year, fellas. I mean, it has to happen. I need to see y'all in the flesh. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to that. And yeah. And my Knicks are not ready yet. They're not ready for the they're not ready for the next level yet. I know you got something to say on that, Jay, but I'm gonna let Big O go before you comment on that.
What up, man? Yo, TJ took my shine a little bit, man. I was just about to say, we formed like Voltron this weekend, man. But nah, man, it's good seeing y'all again. Yeah, man, I know we got a lot to talk about, man. I know we're gonna focus a lot on what's going on the other coast, as we should. But nah, man, I'm looking forward to a great show. Pass it on to man.
Yeah. Word up. And TJ mentioned we got a motherfucker. Did you not pay attention when I stated this year is a year of celebration? So we are going to be getting up because this podcast turned 10 years old this year.
Okay. I'm just reinforcing it.
Absolutely. So I've been cycling a lot of shit through my head on like what to do, things to do. I passed by the big park out here the other day, Corporal Thompson, just yesterday actually, seeing it wide open for our little competition. And I was just trying to think of just some basic stuff that we could do. Like for instance, like I was thinking maybe we might need to add like a 40, like to run a 40.
Wow. That's involved in that. That means stretching is involved, sir.
Oh, I'm just telling you now, my 40 time is probably going to be like a 10.
Wow.
Which is some people's 100.
That's fast.
I mean, I'll drink a 40 if that's what you're talking
about. Y'all not playing. No,
that's fast.
Yo,
none of y'all are gonna be too cool for school in this thing. Like we all having fun. And Tyrone's gonna end up beating us on everything except for the football events.
No. Hold on, bro. I'm an athlete. I'm out here balling every week. What are you talking about?
I'm playing full court. I know.
Twice a week with grown-ass men and kids half my age. My 40 time is definitely going to be sub 10. I don't know, maybe sub 7. I don't know if I can get under 7, but I definitely under sub 10. But, I mean, the wiry lisper, I give him a wiry lisper. I give him a run for his money.
I don't know, what? Yo, like, I do construction, right? And I'm not small, bro. Like, I don't know why people think I'm small. I just got an athletic build or something. But when I be out here doing construction, like I'm one of the bigger guys. Like I'm not. Everybody always acting like I'm small, bro. I'm a little swole. I got some weight on.
You're tall, yeah.
Tyrone, how much you weigh, Ty? How much you weigh, Ty?
I walk around at like 220, but I'm like 211 right now.
Damn, 220. I'll be wearing a goddamn thong if I 220. That's fucking speedo out here, bro. I don't know the last time I said 220. I'll be out here with a speedo, bro.
Y'all can't say I'm small because y'all out here big backing it up. That's not my problem. You know what I mean? Like you a big back. That's not my problem, bro.
I'm 225 right now. I'm 225
I was like 220 in 8th grade, man.
I'm trying to get down to 205. My good weight is 205. Like when
I haven't seen that I haven't seen that first number be 2 since senior year of high school.
Damn.
Wow.
Was that Kevin Hart? Damn. I
haven't seen the first number be 2. When I was out of high school, I think I was 265.
That's not bad though. I mean, that's a good weight.
Y'all can't. y'all can't just be calling me small because y'all husky. You know what I mean? Like that's not how it works.
No,
In the
but
real world, I'm not
you're
small.
also tall, Lisper, so that goes into your weight.
Oh my god.
Tall dudes
That's all
are
right.
normally heavier, but they don't got the mass.
Hey, I know what this is anyway. All of this weight talk is just an excuse for when I bust y'all ass out there. Y'all can just be like, oh, he's wily, oh, he's small, oh, we got weight on him. I know what y'all talking is setting it up already. Y'all just setting it up already.
All right. So
For losing, bro.
it's on when I
It's
see you
okay.
for this event, Ty. It's going to be on because I'm gonna be in shape, bro. I'm
Okay.
gonna be in shape.
All
Oh,
right.
I'm gonna
we
be in
got the
shape.
I'm gonna be
challenge going
wily.
there.
I'm gonna be wily.
We
Yeah,
got Battle
you
of the
be
Network
wiry.
Stars right now. TJ versus Lisper. Okay.
No, I know what TJ gonna do.
Let's see.
He gonna say, my bad, fellas, I took a gummy, I forgot.
I'm about to say, I think I need to work on my doctor's note from now, man. Because that's talking about.
That shit's a 40-yard dash sound like a good way to rupture an Achilles, bro.
Real
You
quick
see,
before we jump
you
into this.
understand, right? Yeah, well,
Go
I was
ahead.
gonna say, like, with all of this talk, see, this is why we got to do it because of all of this funny ass shit talking. And I'm telling you, this is gonna be one of the most comedic fucking things. I think we're gonna get people to want to do it with us later, that are old heads and shit. But yeah, I joked and said I run a 10, but I was a fucking athlete too.
You were.
So that this is
That's bold and
like I said,
italicized though.
except
Word.
that's why I said except for the football shit. Like the basketball and shooting, like TJ, it ain't gonna be that right away of an easy for you. Just
Okay.
saying.
Okay.
Just saying. Shit like that.
Okay.
Now baseball, like man, listen, I'm gonna think of some shit. I'm gonna think of some shit. We're gonna buy the equipment. Be worried. Don't worry. It's not
I
gonna
got
be like
gloves.
pads and shit. But I'm talking the footballs, balls and all that. You know what I'm saying?
We can get a little flag game going. I don't care. We can do
This
some
shit is gonna
matchups.
be.
One on
Point is,
ones.
is this shit's gonna be funny.
It is gonna be
That's
hysterical.
this the whole goal of this thing is just added content for us. That shit is gonna be fucking hilarious.
Yes,
That's
it
what I
is.
want. That's
All
what I
right.
want this shit to be. Just hilarious. But go
Real
ahead,
quick,
TJ. What you gonna say?
before we jump into the topics and everything, I was talking to Jamal behind the scenes about my Knicks, and we are not ready, sir. We are not ready. We need a bench. Tibbs needs to play the bench. I don't know. I mean, I have no doubt that this front office is capable of getting shit done. I don't think we're going to do anything at the trade deadline, but like I said, I can't knock the front office. They know how to pull the triggers when shit needs to get done. But right now, we are not ready. We're not there.
No, we're not supposed to be though. This not a championship year. This is supposed
No.
to be a year to elevate. This is the year we're supposed to get past the second round.
Yes,
and
but
that's what's up.
That's
But
my
right
point.
now, well, hold on, listener. We gonna talk about your mediocre Lakers. Hold on, we gonna get there. Okay. The Knicks need height, right? The Knicks need height, and we need more scoring off the bench. We don't have that right now. There's no move to make. Let's see what it looks like when Mitch comes back. When Mitch comes back, now we have better perimeter. We have better defense right away when Mitch comes back.
Right away. Yes.
Right away. Right now, our power forward is 6'4". You know what I mean? He's a power point forward. So tall teams that are tall, that are long, are going to give us fucking problems. That's just the way it is, right? Mitch comes back. Now
he solves all that shit.
He solves all of it. Even if he's coming off the bench, you're still locking that team down defensively.
Yeah.
You know, while the starters rest. So it's all good. Right now, who's better than us in the East? The Cavs and the Celtics.
Yeah, that's it.
Maybe the Hawks, but not with Mitch.
Maybe. No, I would say Milwaukee, but they just moved your man to the bench.
Yeah, Milwaukee maybe. It depends on which Milwaukee's showing up.
Bench?
The guard.
Lillard?
No, the other guard.
Middleton.
Middleton just got moved to the bench. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
he might be
shit.
on his
It's all
way
good.
up.
Fam, it's a Doc Rivers coach team, so I'm not sweating them.
Facts.
Classic choke.
So, so now let me hand this over to Lisper for him to go with his slander that's covered. Go ahead, bro.
I want
It's
Doc
not
Rivers to
slander.
coach the Lakers. I want
It's
Doc
not
Rivers to coach the
slander.
Lakers.
It's not slander. You guys are the ones that's slandering because you're sitting up here saying the Knicks are not ready, and I disagree. The Knicks are ready for exactly what y'all said they was going to be, second round. They ready for the second round of the playoffs.
Third round.
They ain't ready
Third
for
round.
nothing after that,
Third
but they
round.
ready
Third
for
round,
the
brother.
second round of the playoffs.
Wow,
that's
what
spoken like
y'all
a
said.
true hater.
Hold on. That's what y'all said y'all was going to accept, right? If y'all accept mediocrity, then
No.
No one
We
said second round.
we said ECF this year. We
We
said
said
ECF.
conference
the
finals.
Knicks are
Yeah,
right where they
ECF.
wanna be, which is second round. You just said it. They in the prime position. They ready for everything they gonna get. Second round of the playoffs. I think they is absolutely ready for that. And
TJ.
I'm ready to go, New York.
Wow.
We better than
Wow.
them the regular Sixers. We better than the
Right.
Lakers.
Oh, the
And
76ers is a
we still missing a vital piece.
yes.
And we don't know what moves they're gonna make, you know.
Right.
But Mitch changes everything. Mitch changes everything.
Do we get him back at the end of February? And then is that
We don't need this motherfucker until right before the
May?
playoffs.
We don't need him until May.
We don't need shit. Because he only good for 20 games, 25 games, right? So
Get the
we
best
good to the end
25
of
out of
March,
him.
April. Yeah, just leave him. It don't
What
matter
does
what
that
our
do?
seed is. That's fine. Say again, Tyrone?
What does that do? Y'all beating the Cavs? Y'all beating
With
the
Mitch,
Celtics?
yes. With
Hell
Mitch,
yeah.
yes.
Hell yeah.
Mitch,
We
yes.
beat him. We
Y'all
beat
beat
him
the
with
Cavs.
Mitch last year.
We ain't beating the Celtics. Who's beating the Celtics?
Y'all ain't beating the Bucks, bro. Y'all ain't beating the
Oh,
Bucks.
hell yeah.
Wow.
Y'all
Oh,
ain't beating
man.
the Bucks.
Who can guard
Spoken
Cat?
like a man.
Giannis can't guard Cat.
Spoken like a man.
Lopez
Whose
can't guard
squad
Cat.
is in mediocrity. Mediocrity.
Are you kidding me, bro? Do you watch the game?
You just said mediocrity.
I did.
Yes.
I absolutely did. And I said that shit with emphasis, too.
Listen.
Listen. No JJ Redick team is going past the play-in.
Whoa.
Wow.
Why are you hating on Redick? You think this is JJ Redick's fault?
Yes.
It's LeBron's
Because he
fault?
talked all that mess before he got the job.
100% LeBron's fault. We out here celebrating this man dropping. We out here celebrating this man dropping 30 and we losing. Like, who gives a fuck if LeBron drops 30 points? Oh, LeBron's got 30 points now. He's got more 30-point games than Michael Jordan. Let's celebrate. Let's clap it up, nigga. We lost.
It's because LeBron is auditioning for other teams right now. He gonna leave y'all. He gonna leave y'all with no pick.
Listen.
You're blaming him.
Steph Curry's pillow talking in his ear every night, dogs. Just come on, bro. Just come on, bro.
The experiment did not work, and that's it. And that's all. We got to move on from this.
It did work. It got you a chip in the bubble. It
God!
It got you a bubble chip.
Chip is a chip.
Chip is a chip.
It's not though.
Mm.
I can't say a chip is a chip. I can't say a chip is a chip because when the Spurs won that championship in that strike season, I talked mad shit about it. So now when the Lakers win the bubble chip, I can't be a hypocrite and be like, yo, that's a chip is a chip. I talk shit about the Spurs winning the strike chip. So the Lakers winning the bubble chip is not the same, but it's an asterisk on it. You know what I mean?
Fair.
That's you.
Right. But that band is still hanging up in the fucking rafters, ain't it?
Yeah, well, I'm saying the tip is some people that want LeBron to surpass Kobe. You know what I mean? They're gonna give
beats a banner from fucking 73.
Listen, when you're talking about 18 chips, that bubble is in that bitch, okay?
That's it.
So whether you like it or not, asterisk or not, that shit counts, bro. You're tied the Celtics for the most chips, or the Celtics tied y'all for the most chips, or whatever. It don't matter. That shit's on the ledger as a chip.
I know, but it's like a 0.5. We had 17.5.
Nah, bro.
Because it's gonna be 17.5 for a minute.
Because you know who that took that chip back?
Not for a minute. We can bet it right now. We live right now. I can bet all of y'all right now. Lakers win a chip before the Knicks do.
Wow.
I'll take that bet. I'll take
Right
that bet.
now, whatever you want.
I'll take that bet. But listen,
Yeah,
if Miami beat the Lakers in that finals, guess what? They'd have been talking wild shit, and they would have had that chip up, and they would have we beat LeBron and AD in the bubble, and that would have been bananas. Y'all couldn't deal with that bullshit.
That's why I don't understand.
Then you would have been like asterisks. It don't count.
I don't understand
the bubble.
On Jimmy Butler, man. Jimmy Butler almost killed himself, and they didn't win, but he almost killed himself. And now the Miami Heat going to sit up here and disrespect my man like that.
But TJ, like a week or two ago, we declared though that or more than a week or two ago, but it was a few shows ago, we talked about how that bubble championship, it counts. We talked about this shit because it all depends on the team you're talking about and how people would talk about it.
Absolutely.
If it was our Knicks, it's a bubble championship. You still haven't won a championship since '73. It's the Lakers. Oh, it's LeBron James. It don't count. It's a bubble chip. But if that shit was like fucking the Atlanta fucking the Atlanta Hawks, Magic City all day. If it was the fucking Miami, if it was the 76ers,
oh my God, it'd have been a riot in the streets if the Sixers win that shit, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it all depends on who. If it was the fucking I don't know,
Sacramento Kings,
Seattle Supersonics came back and
the
won.
Grizzlies, anybody else, they would have been yo, that's our shit. It's a Washington Wizards. If the Wizards won the bubble chip,
no, the Clippers. Imagine the Clippers.
Hey, when a bullshit championship is your only chance, then you got to celebrate it. But
listen.
Look, y'all
professionals took the court and competed.
But
the only difference is there was no crowd.
That's not the only difference.
It's a chip.
The only difference is it was a controlled environment. The only difference is people didn't have their full members on their teams. The only difference is
like who?
It was no home games.
Only Kyrie was missing.
There's only Kyrie, and they weren't winning shit.
Pepper Lou because he wanted to go get some shit.
Hey, guys, okay, so look, y'all admit fucking having sex is a big part of a man's life. Some of those guys was sexually frustrated in the bubble and it threw off their jump shot.
Bro, listen, you smashed many deuces. There's still notches on the belt, right? That's a win, nigga. That's a win.
But they also, I can tell
you can't just count the sevens and up.
Have you been coached? Have you been coached by anybody before, Tyrone?
Yeah.
Have you been coached a part of a team? And have you not had your coach say, "Don't have sex before the game"? Save that for Jamal. I know you know that.
Of course.
I know you've heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, let that sexual frustration turn into rage on the court. Fuck all of that. That's what that's supposed to do.
So to be clear, all of you sitting here right now sternly believe that had it not been for the bubble, that if the NBA played regular outside of the bubble, that championship would have been the Lakers versus the Heat. Y'all saying the bubble?
Who else was gonna win it?
Oh my God!
You don't guys have an answer, brother.
You don't think the Lakers would have won that? You don't think the Lakers would have won that if it was regular?
I don't think the Lakers was supposed to be there, and I damn sure know the Miami Heat wasn't supposed to be there. That wasn't even a good thing.
Listen,
so who was better than the Heat in the East, dog? Who was better than the Heat in the East? You smoking something now, brother? You talking about the second round Sixers?
The game is the game, though. That's the thing. But that's the thing. No matter what gym you put it in, the game is the game.
Yeah.
Bro, we saw Jamal Murray and Donovan Mitchell ball out in the bubble. They balled the fuck out in that bubble, boy.
Listen, you know what the difference was? That Laker team is they was healthy and they had role players and it was healthy all the way through.
Right.
And then what they do the next year? LeBron got rid of all them niggas. That's what happened.
Yeah,
that team.
Not to mention, because a Spoelstra-led Heat team, man, you can never count them out.
Especially in the East.
Spoelstra's probably one of the best underrated coaches in the league. You know, which is why he's holding on to that job.
He's not underrated.
Fam. At that point, and LeBron don't need much to win, bro. We know that, and that was some of the best role players he had.
Yeah, and then he told them peace. He gave him the deuce sign after that. How do you do that after you win a chip?
Oh yeah, the East wasn't not happening in the East. I mean,
Russell Westbrook. That's how you do that. LeBron
you can't
thought,
blame Russell. Russell
well,
wasn't the
LeBron,
issue,
that's why
bro.
it happened. That's why it happened. LeBron wanted Russell Westbrook. That's literally why it happened. LeBron wanted Russell Westbrook because LeBron was on this, oh, I'm going to get Russell Westbrook a championship in his hometown of LA. That was the whole plan. LeBron's going to be Russell Westbrook's big brother, get him a championship in his hometown of LA, and that's what he wanted. And so he did everything to get that
And
man
now
there.
Russell is balling in Denver. Balling.
Yeah, I was about to say that same shit. That
He's
same word.
balling in Denver, bro.
Is it hard to ball in Denver? Anybody that's half decent can ball when you got Jokic playing. I'm sorry.
Don't be surprised
You know
with Jamal Murray on his way out, man.
I'm not mad at him because Jokic can make me average 15 in the league if I'm on
Jokic making everybody better, bro.
People like, knock it down, T. Knock it down. I'm like,
that is no lie.
He's like, I thought this dude was a bum. Now with Jokic on that team.
That's the biggest difference between him and Embiid, boy. But, you know,
that's the biggest difference. What does it say? Time lifts all boats?
And Embiid plays half the game on the floor. So
did you see the statue they wanted to give Embiid? He was laying down. He was laying down. They said most of his career has been on the floor.
Yep.
This is what I was talking about, though, when I be saying, like, the Lakers, because they're the Lakers, is championship or bust. You guys are sitting up here calling a team that would be in the play-in for the Western Conference. They would actually be in the play-in. You're calling a team that would be in the play-in mediocre. You're only saying that because it was the Lakers. If y'all looked at this team just talent-wise, without it being the Lakers, y'all be like, oh, the play-in is good for this team. They overachieving. But because it's the Lakers, who is the standard of excellence, being in the play-in is mediocre. I get it, bro.
Standard of excellence.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the standard of excellence in LA. That's why we mediocre. A team that's making the playoffs, y'all calling mediocre right now.
They are mediocre right now.
A playoff team is mediocre.
You consider the Lakers a playoff team this year? You consider them a playoff team?
They will be.
You think so?
Yes.
Okay.
Good for them. They got LeBron. They're supposed to make the playoffs,
right? Y'all calling a LeBron James-led team mediocre. LeBron James, the greatest player of all time.
I support that. I didn't think you would say that being all that Kobe you got behind you.
If y'all think for a second that LeBron is better than this man behind me,
you called him the GOAT. You called him the GOAT.
I was being sarcastic. That was very
I tell you, this man.
Yo, bro, you like the game with moving goalposts and just you gotta kick it when it gets to the middle.
Yo, Lisper's goalpost is on wheels, man.
You just asked LeBron is 4 on my list. If we're gonna be honest, we're gonna keep it 100. LeBron's 4 on my list. LeBron is behind Jordan, Kobe, Magic, and then it's LeBron.
You got the Magic part right.
Where's Kareem at?
Kareem, come on, man. No.
What?
I can't. I ain't putting Kareem in front of LeBron. Kareem don't have the skill set of them other guys, bro.
It was a different era. You can't compare.
You still got to talk about skill set. Based on skill set, Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, the two most skilled players I've ever seen. Magic Johnson,
the most indefensible shot in the world is the sky hook. It never been blocked. That's how you think he got the most
sky
points.
Hook has been blocked. Digress.
What about a mid-range jumper? Did Kareem have that?
Does LeBron have a mid-range?
Did he need it? Did he need it?
No.
Damn, Kareem was a center. A real center. He played with his back to the hoop. He was 7'4". So he had a damn near unblockable shot. He didn't need a mid-range jumper.
Why does a 7'4" dude need a mid-range, bro? He can see over everybody.
And we don't know because he never had to use it.
A center does not have a better skill set in basketball than a guard. It's just common sense. A center don't. You ever seen
Nikola Jokic play?
Oh my God! Jokic can't even get 2 inches off the floor. He got a 1 inch vertical.
Akeem.
You talking about anomalies now. Kareem wasn't Akeem.
No, you just said a center. All right.
But what's
Here
Kareem
you go.
not?
Here you go. It's on the
Right,
wheels.
said
It's on
mid-range.
the wheels, Jamal.
Kareem
Patrick-
wasn't Hakeem.
The wheels is moving.
Patrick Ewing had the best mid-range ever.
Patrick Ewing
Patrick
was
Ewing
better than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
would have been a
Patrick Ewing
monster
was
in this
better.
era.
Patrick Ewing was better than Kareem.
I'm a Knicks fan, but I'm not going to go that
Patrick Ewing
far.
was playing right
I
now,
know.
he would be
Patrick Ewing would be a
Crazy.
monster in this era.
Patrick Ewing had a better
crazy
basketball.
right now.
Patrick Ewing had a better basketball IQ and a better physical skill set than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That's just facts.
Yo,
Did
you
he
just put
score as
yourself
much?
on the island.
Huh?
You just put yourself on the island.
Patrick
With
Ewing
that shit.
was a better basketball. Listen, did he get more accolades? Did he do more than Kareem? No, but was he better as a basketball player? Patrick Ewing was better than Kareem
Patrick
Abdul-Jabbar.
Ewing wasn't to me. I'm a Knicks fan.
Patrick
Patrick
didn't
Ewing
have the
wasn't
help.
the best center. He wasn't
No,
the best
but-
center in his era.
No,
No,
because
but
Hakeem was around.
Green was better than him.
Elijah Brown was definitely better than him,
oh.
but
He was fourth.
Patrick
He's
Ewing-
fourth.
Kareem,
His
But
era
he didn't-
ahead of Ewing was Akeem,
Yeah,
Shaq,
yeah.
and then
no,
you can argue Patrick and David Robinson.
Shaq was not better than Patrick Ewing.
But-
Shaq
but-
don't
but
have
listen,
that.
Listen,
Dog, this
listen,
come on, fam. There's
Ewing-
two centers
if
better
Ewing-
than Shaq, fam.
if Ewing had the support
Dominant
cast
wise,
that
I'm talking about
Robinson
skill
had,
set, though.
would he have a better career? If Ewing had the support cast that Robinson had, would he have better?
Yeah,
Or-
Ewing had nobody.
That's what I'm saying.
He had
And
nobody.
let's
He
stop.
didn't
Hold on, TJ, because David Robinson didn't really fucking, he didn't get his chips till Tim Duncan came around.
Correct.
That was it.
That's what I'm
He
saying.
had his few 50-point games here and there, but everybody kind of had those 1 or 2 50-point games
Right.
in that era.
That goes right back to my point, Dan. The
And they
supporting
both,
cast.
that was
Yeah.
no, fuck the support cast shit. Not disrespecting your point, but that was the twilight of David's career. That was at the end of it
It's
all.
very true. Very
Where
true.
he had
Yeah,
to
yeah,
coast
yeah.
through. He was,
But he had
there wasn't many
Terry
Twin
Cummings,
Towers
he had
in that
Sean
one,
Elliott.
but he had to coast through.
Yeah.
Because Tim
He
Duncan
had some
was
players
the
on
back.
us. Yeah, you're right. You're right,
I
Dan.
think it was hurt. He was hurt that year. They won, I think. Yeah,
No, he played.
Either he was
No, he
hurt.
played.
He was slow by age.
He played because we
He played.
put Kurt Thomas out there against Robinson and Duncan.
Yeah.
Patrick was done for the season.
Well, the point is in that take right there is, how everybody likes to use the word carried? David
Yeah.
Robinson was carried at the end of his career. Because
got
he
out.
very
I
well,
can
if
agree.
it wasn't
I
for
can
no
agree.
Tim Duncan draft, he very
a
well
minute.
would have went out with none.
Don't
No.
sleep on the guard, though. Tony Parker was nasty.
No. There's no sleeping on the supporting cast.
And A.V.
But
Johnson.
But there is no diminishing that Tim Duncan was the most important
Oh, yes.
piece.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
here's the thing. If the Knicks would have had the supporting cast that David Robinson had, Patrick Ewing would have had some championships. We gotta understand this too. Patrick Ewing was playing. John Starks was the starting shooting guard on that team. John Starks.
Yes.
John Starks
It's
was
just,
no way
these are
comparable.
facts.
Yes.
These are
Not a good
facts.
shooting guard.
Yes.
All the talent we had, they traded. They got rid of Rod Strick. They got rid of Mark Jackson.
Yep.
Right. And if Patrick, the front office made one mistake, and it may be controversial, but they could have had Reggie Miller, but they got
Yes!
Allen Houston
I was
instead.
going to say that. I was going to
If
say
they got Reggie Miller,
Reggie. If they got
they
Reggie
had a
Miller,
chip. They
we
had a
would have had at
chip.
least 2 rings. At
Yeah.
least 2
But
rings.
they got Allen Houston.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
they
But-
decided to sign him for fucking 120 million.
But here's
Yeah.
the thing, Jamal. I want to ask you straight up to you, because
Yeah.
you're the one that was the most mouthy with it.
Uh-oh.
Do you think that Shaq and Patrick Ewing had the same skill set?
No.
Who had
Shaq had the more dominance. Shaq was more dominant. Ewing's skill set was beyond Shaq's. Yes.
right? That's my point I was making.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody was moving Shaq off the block. Nobody was moving.
But you
Shaq
couldn't
off
stop
the
him.
block.
So
But
it
it's
counts
not
because you can't stop it.
But as
You
far as
can't
the
stop it.
basketball
He
player,
was 320 pounds.
Patrick could face the basket, back to the basket. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Also,
He could take
Patrick
it
had no
inside and
knees.
outside.
Patrick's knees were gone.
Yeah.
5 years into his career, his knees
Yeah.
were gone.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Now, no way was I saying that I would take Patrick Ewing over Shaquille O'Neal. I would take no one over Shaquille O'Neal because of his pure dominance. But if we're talking about basketball skills, Patrick Ewing was more skilled of a basketball player than Shaq.
Patrick Ewing would be dominating right now. His baseline jumper, Patrick Ewing would be shooting threes. Patrick Ewing would be shooting threes right now. In this era, Patrick Ewing was a precursor to what the Senators is doing right now.
Yeah. Exactly. But Jamal, he'd be destroying people though.
He'd be killing.
Because if he got it on the baseline, it'd be unstoppable. It would be unstoppable.
15 to 18 feet. Patrick Ewing was the best shooting center.
Which I never understood why the Sixers never hired him as an assistant coach to work with fucking Embiid.
Ooh, that would have been blasphemous.
I never understood that shit.
Pat would have never took that job, bro, because it was the Sixers.
Yeah, he knows he would never be able to step foot back in the Garden.
I'm really starting to think that your boy Embiid is uncoachable, man. I think he's uncoachable because it's astounding to me that this dude is not. It's not
but Embiid is not an uncoachable situation. Embiid is that nigga needs the ER present. Like he needs this, like where the Sixers play, they need to have an urgent care ready on top of the medical staff. Like that's the problem. And I told y'all, outside of LeBron James, Joel Embiid was one of my favorite players in the league to this day.
He was one of my favorite players. He pulled that sucker shit last year.
Yeah.
That was it. He was my favorite. He was my favorite player.
Listen, you know what Patrick Ewing is now? Look at Cat. What Cat is doing, that's what Patrick will be doing right now. But even
Patrick can move his feet at least. Cat on defense, on offense,
right?
You can't stay in front of Cat. Right. On defense, Cat got cement shoes, man.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Ewing would be better at because Ewing took pride in playing defense. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he's on the staff now, isn't he?
But he's on the staff now. He's on the staff.
You want to know what?
He's in the mix is what they need him to do.
We went into some shit that we wasn't even. Almost 40 minutes into
that was a rabbit hole.
40 minutes into a topic we didn't have lined up, but that's fine.
I'm talking about my
bad, man.
I'm supposed to be talking Knicks, and Jamal gonna throw the Lakers in there, and he knew he was about to get his job back.
But I want to brag a little bit because we talking about things that people haven't done. My daughter did something that I never done, and took home
a shot put championship.
That's what's up. All right, congrats on that.
Salute. Yes,
congrats.
Air horns for that. Bum, 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 bum. Yes, sir.
First place on the island amongst the women, and that's Island Championships. I think it's.
Wait a minute, Dan. Is this the same coach you got beef with?
Yo, Island Championships. Yeah, so she went against everybody. So the Island Championships is everybody. So Catholic schools, public schools, she was number one.
But wait a minute, it's under the same coach.
With the same head coach who told her she's not competing in the get this. A couple weeks ago, she did not compete in the Hispanic games.
Huh.
Wait a minute, your wife is Puerto Rican.
My daughter is a fucking Latina.
Yeah.
She didn't compete in the Hispanic games.
Why? What 1% black? Is that one drop? Is that the one drop? Is it the one drop rule?
I have no fucking clue.
I was about to say.
Here's the real stupidity of it, though. Here's the real stupidity of it. You have a child that is clearly one of the best shot putters in your area. You have a chance to solidify yourself as a coach and let her win every fucking thing. And you exclude this child from something that helps you too? Like
he excluded her from a few meets.
So fighting yourself, boy.
Yeah.
So here it is, right? There was an experiment done by some professor at some college for a philosophy class or psychology class. He was like, listen, he gave a surprise quiz. Nobody was ready for it. He said, listen, I can give y'all everybody a 95 for the year, and we all just take it, and then we could just live with that. And then he put a survey out, right, to people who agree or disagree with it. And it was 20 people that said, I'd rather get the best grade I could get than everybody else getting a 95. That's the
Wow.
coach. That's
Wow.
the
Yeah,
coach, bro.
well,
That's the coach. That's just hate.
Actually, no, no.
Why do you
This
care
coach,
about what everybody else is getting? We're all getting the same grade. We're all passing.
no. This coach is he just. It's funny what she was telling me the other day. She had a weightlifting coach, but he was an Olympic level power lifter. He's a little dude, so maybe like on like the tiny mite size of
Hmm.
powerlifting. But
Mighty Mouse.
yeah, what I think it is with this guy is that I he doesn't want to run with a certain number of athletes when he has to travel with certain athletes.
But you got the
And then
best
again,
one.
the throwing events he doesn't know. Like I'm just, you know what? I'm not even gonna get into it because
winning tells you.
I've been saying so far he lied to my face on what he was going to do this year for my daughter's senior year. I don't want to get hot. We're
He
here
don't
to
Okay.
have
get
to
hot about
know.
Okay.
other things.
Fair enough.
My thing is he don't have to know the throwing events. She go out there, she throw the event, she win the event. He knows she's winning. That's all he needs to know. She
Yeah,
winning
but
the event.
she don't win everything. But the point, but my problem is yeah, she's a senior, but her distances haven't progressed. Side note, I've told her little things on working out at home and stuff like that. But at school, practices, competing in events, things that he talked to me about last year, it wasn't happening. There's a guy who's helping him out. He's like the assistant, but he's helping him out. And we're from the same track family from back in the day. So I was like, yo, I'm glad I know you're here. So I got somebody that can look at, that can be there for her, you know what I'm saying? And
Right.
even he would say to her, I don't know why you're not competing in this. It's not my decision because he technically and officially isn't an official, assistant coach. He used to coach at the school, but he doesn't. He used to be the head coach, but he's not anymore. And so he helps this guy out when he can. But it's a lot of shit that it just
Do you
even still it don't make sense.
do
It
you
don't
think
make
that
sense.
do you think that the competition is not pushing her? I mean, like if her throwing distances is
No, no, no,
still
no.
winning, then it's like I don't
Not
have to progress. I'm winning
it's
with what I got.
no, it's not. No, it's not the competition. It's none of that. It's none of that because there's a girl from Mega Evers Prep in Brooklyn, and that from the area I used to work in,
Oh shit! This
who's
is
been
Mega Everest
kicking her
Prep.
ass. Who's huh?
This is a Mega Everest Prep.
Yeah, it's right on Crown.
Yeah, I was supposed to go to. Go ahead. Sorry, bro.
It's right on Crown and Nostrand. But that girl is kicking her ass. You know what I'm saying? And she could have distance wise been that far, but there's a little bit of things where she didn't apply herself at home much, but she's naturally strong. Plus gym strength is like I told y'all,
Yeah.
31 reps at 250 at 16 years old at the time.
That's crazy.
Does she think it's too easy, Dan?
No,
Did
because if
she?
it was too easy, she'd be throwing close to 40 fucking feet by now.
Okay. Okay. That's what I wanted to know. All right. Say less.
No, it's just there's little things of but see, here's my thing is I could have been coaching her, and this is where the coach fucked up. The my man was just like, yo, like we want to have your father come up here, talk to us so we can, pick his brain and learn because I'm not gonna be there all the time. I can't be there all the time, but I'm not helicopter parent, coach parent either. You know what I'm saying? I never wanted to be that person. That's them kids. That's them. Nah, I ain't doing that, son. I'm too big for him. I could pick him up and throw him. I ain't gonna spit in nobody's face. But they like dude wanted me to come up at the beginning of the indoor season. They wanted me to come through and talk to him, and I'm like, yeah, the day she mentioned it, I was like, I happened to be off that day. I was like, yo, I'll be up there. Then she sends me a message. Nah, coach said don't come because they got to talk to this person, the athletic director, things like that. I'm like, why do they got to do all that when I'm not coming up there for a coaching job? I'm coming up there to give them the guidance on how to guide you.
It's like giving an inspirational speech before the big game. You don't need to go through all that red tape just to drop some advice.
Did you beat
That's
that
it.
coach back in the day? You might have beat him back in the day in the competition.
Nah, I'm older than him. I'm older than him. I'm older than head coach. I'm older than him.
Oh, maybe
Plus,
he
he wasn't a thrower. He's a little dude. But the
Oh.
other guy, the guy who's helping out, he's older. Like that motherfucker was coaching at Curtis High School when I was in high school.
Oh, okay.
We used to compete against his brother Josh was a runner. I think same age as me, so we used to compete against them, but we were always cool with Curtis High School, like Porridge High School, Curtis High School. We was always cool, and while we competed, like rest in peace to my man Freddie Linwood. We used to, me and my brother, like we would coach him up while we're throwing against him. Now, some could say it's because we know you wasn't beating us. But that's how we were, though. Like, yo,
it was a mutual respect.
This shot put family on Staten Island at that time was so small that we just, like, for instance, shout outs to Dan Diaz. He was the one person who's always kicking my ass. The 1 year I competed, senior year, he through all 4 years of high school. He was a junior at the time, but was kicking my ass. We was at a meet one day where barely any throwers came. It was at Wagner High School. So we was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's have some fun with this shit. They don't count. And we threw with our opposite hands. So he was a lefty. He threw with his right hand. I'm a righty. I threw in my left hand. Like we was doing dumb shit like that because our community was so small. So that's why it never hurt to coach up our competition.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Plus, we became friends with them. And then some of the said competition was when the summer club came around, like shout out to my man Zooman that we call Zooman. When the summer competition came around, we were on the same summer club. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm saying, like our throwing community was so small back then. But now, like, there's mad throwers because most of these coaches know and understand track and field is about numbers. The more you can flood an event, the more likely your chances, if you have the talented athletes, to place and score points.
Yeah, it's a points thing. Yeah, you gotta have enough athletes to participate in the event to score points. And if you got 22 people there and you got 11 people there, then you're going to score more points in that team because you
might if they place.
Right.
It's just you're opening your opportunity to score more points.
Right.
But my problem, and I'm going to stop here. Staten Island track and field, I've had a hate relationship with it since I competed in it. They don't give a fuck about the throwers. They don't give a fuck about field events, depending on who you are. They don't. This place cares about fucking running. Always has. They care about fucking running. They don't give a fuck about the field events.
Yeah.
They give a fuck about the track. They don't give a fuck about the field.
It's track and field, but they forget the field part.
Dude, it's been years. Yeah. It's been years since I had my man Jason James on the pod with us. Like this is, a long time. But this is my homie who I went to the wedding in Minnesota last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Me and him from field events used to carry our team to third and fourth place finishes, scoring the bulk of the points. And it was, and to keep the credit real, it was me, him, my brother, because my brother would follow up behind us on the throwing, when we was, depending on the meet and stuff like that. But shot putter and triple jumper, and we were scoring the bulk of our team's points at times. They used to carry us to third and fourth place finishes
because the track part didn't finish where they should have.
Yeah, because of the fucking field. That's why
the track part didn't do their job. Yeah,
that's 96, 97. I Al Bundy poke high this shit, but I was the team's MVP because I carried. And me and Jason, because we threw and jumped close to the same distances, we competed against each other. Who's gonna throw and jump further?
That's crazy.
But that was motivation to score them fucking points.
Yeah.
Or to try to win.
Yeah. Because you was
But
trying to help the team.
The field guys did it.
Right. Makes sense. No, it makes perfect
Shout
sense.
out to my daughter though, Island champ.
Yeah.
Congrats to her. Congrats to her.
I don't know if my brother did it either. I know my brother made states.
No.
I didn't make it.
Listen,
states.
she was the best in her borough. How many people can say that?
Right.
She's the best in her borough. You understand
Indoor.
what a borough is?
Indoor.
You understand what a borough is? What it constitutes? How many people are in a borough? She was the best in all high schools in her borough.
I was going to say, Staten Island is still over 1 million.
You say Staten Island still under 1 million?
It's still over 1 million people, right? As far as population.
I'm sure it is. I haven't done the statistics on it. It sure is. More than half voters for dumbass.
That's an achievement, and it's nobody can take that away from her. I'm the best on the whole island.
Yeah.
Nobody can take that away from her, man. That is an achievement.
Ain't no season senior year? Absolutely not.
That just speaks to it.
Now they should have beat them when they could.
Hopefully she gets a scholarship out of this, though, bro. Hopefully.
Well, we'll see. I know she's got a couple offers so far for at least like half tuition.
That's what's
one
up.
of them.
It's a start.
Every little bit helps,
Hawaii.
Everything helps,
in
bro.
Hawaii.
Oh,
we'll see if she
okay.
That's expensive,
Hawaii.
But yes.
School called Hawaii Pacific.
Yeah.
Like their average tuition is 27, and they've offered 10,000 so far. Another
That's
school
nice.
in what is it? It's called West Massachusetts. They offered I think their tuition is I think around 30-40, and they've offered I think either 10.
Listen, my daughter's tuition was
20.
damn near $55,000, dogs. Per. And there was no athleticism involved in that shit whatsoever. All right.
Yeah. So she's still paying.
She got a lot of scholarships and she got a lot of help, but
oh, good.
She's paying, but not as much. She's not paying hundreds of thousands. Thank God for that. Good. She's not paying hundreds of thousands. It's in the tens, but for her to do that, I'm just beyond proud of her for that. And I always tell my daughter, because she's going through a little situation right now, I was like, listen, look back at what got you here, right? Look at your past achievements and how you got in your bag to get here, right? Like, she told me in the 10th grade that she was going to be the president of her class. And I laughed. I literally laughed at her. We have grand expectations. We're in high school. 10th and 11th and 12th grade, she was senior. She was the class president of her class in 11th, 12th grade and spoke on stage and got the lapels and everything to go with it. She went to the college of her first choice. That's not everybody. Everybody. And then on top of that, she graduated in 3 years. The fuck? I know people that
right.
I know motherfuckers that took 6, bro.
She graduated college in 3 years. I don't know nobody in my immediate circle finished college, much less finish in 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's one whole year of tuition that's cut off. That's crazy.
Bro, got me out of child support 2 years early. Put it like that. All right.
That's what was
crazy. Everybody won in that.
Everybody won in that shit. So listen, I'm not mad, bro. Like, get what you can get, earn what you can earn, man, and go out there and do your damn thing. And I tell my daughter that every day. Like, yo, you've done what most people can't do. And when you get in your bag and you're locked in and focused, I seen what you can do. So just Don't stray from that. You know what I'm saying? Don't stray from that. Do what you've done to get you here, and it'll work out. The path may have seemed straight, but there's a lot of jagged lefts, rights, turns here and there. It's never going to be ideal. It's never going to be ideal the way you want it to work. But as long as you
hit it with the act like you've been here before. Act like you've been here before.
This ain't nothing new. And I said, welcome to adulthood, because this is the rest of your life. Adulthood, it ain't easy. It's the worst hood to ever be in. You know what I'm saying?
As everybody says, man, adulthood is the most ghettoest hood ever.
Ever. So take that with a grain of salt.
Children. Big ups to tuition, because we already know this orange asshole ain't gonna be there ain't gonna be no loan forgiveness in this Trump America. And already in Trump America, that didn't even start yet. We started off the new year with fucking 2 terror attacks. And yes, 2. And we're focusing on the one that the rest of the media isn't focusing on, because they're doing this shit on purpose. We know about the one that happened in New Orleans with the black dude who allegedly claimed ISIS, and I forgot how many people it killed. How many people he unfortunately killed? 13, you said? Jamal, what was it?
I can't remember. I was just saying allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. It's allegedly like 13 to 15 people or whatever. He got killed in a shootout with the police after the event, right? Okay. They're trying to discover what his motive is and this and yada yada yada. Meanwhile, the one that they're not covering, the Vegas one, there was clear motive, there was clear answers, but they're not talking about it.
Nobody died.
I wonder why.
Except for the guy. Why. I understand what you're saying, but nobody died except for him. So
right. But they allegedly found his phone, and in it was just like a note that, paraphrasing a lot of it, this isn't a terror attack, this is a wake-up call. What are terror attacks usually?
Wake-up calls.
Thank you,
and Dan, you were saying he right, carried the MAGA flag. He carried the MAGA flag proud, right? He carried the MAGA flag proud.
But terror attacks usually when people stop talking.
I think when they unheard. They didn't waste any time saying, they said it quick, like, oh, there's no correlation, between the two incidents. But now finding out, we were talking about in
pre-show
that they were in the same unit. Like,
that shit is quiet as kept, right?
Yeah. They served at the same time at the same base.
Wasn't Fam a Green Beret too?
Something like that, yo.
Listen, the truck, yeah. So yeah, whatever.
My thing is this: if you do something to excite terror, that is terroristic. There's no way around it. Like, if you do something that excites terror in people, that's a terroristic attack. You can't.
If you left out of there and said I was terrified, that was terrorism.
There's no way this is non-terroristic. Like, what are you talking about?
Right.
Were you
and
terrified?
The guy's whole letter was just a breakdown of just, again, white supremacy and fucking, white supremacy and nonsense like that. Like, white men is losing control. We need to get behind and support Trump. That's the main reason why they're hiding this shit. Going into Trump's America, we can't have another MAGA supporter doing something wild again.
Listen, this whole MAGA shit is going to be chaos for the next 4 years. That's why I say grab your popcorn and get ready, because they can't get people to even get in office without like you said, Jamal, throwing haymakers at each other and catfighting and infighting and all this other bullshit. Mike Johnson took forever to get to be Speaker of the House, and a dude before him failed 17 times.
Yeah, he's going to go through Kevin McCarthy shit. And at this point, these motherfuckers have full control of everything. All 3 branches of government.
Barely.
They got a
corrupt Supreme
Court, right? So, You know, for the most part, it's just you know, they have no ability to govern, right? They got absolutely no ability to govern. So everybody should just sit back and let them fuck everything up because
Listen,
they got nobody to blame now because they got full control of government and everything else. So fuck them. Just sit back and let Rome burn.
listen,
Yeah,
they
but
barely are
you
getting
know,
people appointed in office because of all the appointments that Trump. These people are quitting their jobs and their seats, and they have nobody to replace them. They have to have runoffs now because these people are out and they have nobody to replace them in the seats. I don't know how you go about doing all this appointment shit and not having backups to move in smoothly right away. What kind of unorganized bullshit is this?
Here's the
Government,
funny shit,
U.S.
TJ.
government.
These dummies may fuck around and be the first party to have a majority in the House and lose the speakership.
We're
Fucking
laughing because
Hakeem.
this is sad.
Yo,
Yeah.
to be honest though, who wants to be Speaker of this House? Like, you gotta understand.
Brother Hakeem from Brooklyn.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, you gotta understand that you gotta get up there and try to
AOC from the
justify.
Bronx.
You have to get up there and try to justify the bullshit. So that's a job. I don't, even if I was in politics, I was in that. I don't want that job because I don't want to get up there and have to fucking answer or justify or speak on anything that's about to happen.
Listen, the Democratic Party is saying, "Hey, we're hands free, right?
Yeah,
y'all figure that shit out yourselves. Don't come reaching across the aisle asking us for help now.
That's it.
Don't
they
come
want to
reaching
embarrass
across the
them at
aisle.
this point. So
yeah,
Hakeem will take that shit in a heartbeat.
It's a fucking clown show.
It
And
is a
I'm
clown
going to
show.
sit back and eat my popcorn because the dysfunction within their own party, they claim they're united only on the vote, and that was it. Now, when it's come time for the real deal and actually pass legislation, they're not going to get shit done because nobody likes each other. There are no friends amongst friends in this party. Nobody likes each other.
Hence why Trump, I think, is going to executive order everything until he lands into or finds that loophole into dictatorship like he wants.
Can't,
like I
though,
said,
Dan. The rules are set up where he can't do that.
DJs, we keep saying this shit about a guy who admires dictators. We keep saying 4 years. We keep saying 4 years. This is the same guy who didn't want to leave after the first go round. Which in hindsight, we look. I think I know. I've been looking at this in hindsight, saying, you know what? Maybe we should have let him win the other one because the democratic process could have lived on. Because then now he can't get voted in again, and he somewhat respected the democratic process until he showed his hand via January 6th events. You know what I'm saying? So for us to say we gotta sit back. Oh, we're gonna everything bad he does, though we didn't vote for him, it affects us too because we are American citizens. So this shit just doesn't affect the people who voted for him. No, it's the people who voted for him are the ones that once they start to see, like already, I'm not going to be able to get grocery prices down. We're not going to be able to get all of these fucking immigrants out because why? Because Elon and Vivek just said, nah, that H4N or HB, whatever
we need them.
bill, we need them immigrants because you Americans are fucking stupid. You're too stupid to do these jobs.
Wait a minute. Vivek is not American, right?
Vivek is.
No.
Elon is a famous citizen. Elon is not American.
Okay.
I still kind of agree with TJ.
Elon is African American.
That who's going to let him? We still have enough rules and laws in this country to prevent full dictatorship. So if he gets to that point, that means that somebody had to let him get to that point. And I just don't feel like I just feel like we got enough legislation and enough laws to prevent him from getting to full dictatorship.
See, I don't.
No, Ty. They have all branches of government plus the Supreme Court. They can do whatever they want.
Right,
Right.
right.
And when you
I mean,
got
let's yo,
dumbasses,
this
oh my
dude.
bad. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Oh,
No,
But
I was gonna say like a lot of shit that's a lot of shit has already happened in his time. Maybe even not in office. Even in the minus 4 years, he's been relevant. Like things have been set in motion. Yo, we forget no more affirmative action. And all the fucking DEI is done with. You see what Meta just did. You know, fucking he made sure that presidents or whatever can't be convicted and all this other shit. They have immunity. So it's not it's not out of the realm of possibility of this whole dictatorship conversation.
I'm just thinking like, don't you think that there's going to be something that he's going to try to put in place for this whole dictatorship thing, that even if he owns the House, legislation, whatever, that somebody's going to say, no, this is too much, motherfucker. Like, this is too far. We're not doing that. Like,
That's
but
what
somebody's
happened the
got to
first 4
spend
years.
2
That
years.
was what happened the first term. That's what happened the first term. There were people with common sense to say, "Hey, nah, bro, we can't.
but see,
We
the
just not gonna let
first
that
term,
happen."
again, the first term was the respecting of the democratic process. Let's go back to what Jamal just said a few minutes ago. They hold and control everything. And when
They
you
got all the
got
marbles.
dumbass minions like Marjorie Taylor Greene who are just willing to go with whatever they say, it's he can just, I want this to happen, and they'll just make it happen.
But Marjorie's not like that in her own party anymore. She's considered
This
an
is true. She
outcast,
was never liked, but
right?
the community of fucking Georgia that keeps voting her dumbass in, they love her.
Well, that whole redlining
But point
bullshit.
is, is this that again, the respecting of the democratic process is going to get thrown out the window. Plain and simple. Yeah, we Constitution. Yeah, this. Yeah, that. This guy and everything you just mentioned that was set up in place for him has proven to us nothing matters. Like
I
we're about
think.
to talk right, we're talking about right now.
I think.
What the New York judge just did was so it feels pointless.
Right.
Okay, you're a
Right.
felon now, but you're not like every other felon. You don't have to serve jail time because just and the judge said it was just out of respect of being the president is why you're not going to jail.
So I think it'll get to a point where his own people will turn against him. I think that's what it's going to come down to. They see
We
what's
hope.
happening, and they're going
We
to
hope.
see that the wool's been pulled over their eyes. Somebody's going to wake up and see, hey, we voted for this, but like we didn't vote for all of this. You know what I'm saying? I think his people are going to turn on him.
I
That's what
feel
eventually is going to happen.
I don't think so.
I feel
It
like
would have happened January 6th.
I feel like the judge did the best thing he could have done. Because it's like you can't be the judge that sends the president of the United States to prison, but you also can't be the judge that says, "Hey, he did a felony, but we just gonna let him get away with it." So this was like his only option to say, "Hey, you're still gonna be recorded as a felon. I'm not letting you get away with it, but at the same time, I can't send you to prison. Even you are the president of the United States." So I mean, that judge his back was up against the wall. I think he made the best decision he probably could have made.
The judge's back was against the wall because they put their back against the wall. These motherfuckers delayed the case just to try to say, no, this isn't political. When all of this game, it was tied into his politicalness
Oh,
in
no
this all
doubt.
this. It was tied into all of this shit. Hiding all
When
of this information just so he could run for president. Just so he could be
you
suppressing so much shit just because he could run for
They're
president.
suppressing.
This
It's
whole
like
thing
you
was
said.
political.
They're suppressing shit right now that they said they didn't want to release, like the investigation on a bunch of his shit. They don't want to release it because it's so damaging. Like, how could you vote this guy for president at this point? How? But if they came
Racism.
out with that shit when they were supposed to, this would have changed everything. It would have changed everything, bro.
Oh, no doubt. They definitely put that judge back up against the wall. But once his back was there, I don't know. I don't know what decision he could have made.
No,
That
but because Tyrone, like I said, No, not they. The judges put themselves against that wall. Because think about it like this. Think about it like this. Think about the platform that one of the platforms we're streaming on right now, Facebook, right? The whole Meta company, Amazon, Jeff Bezos, all of these people, right? All of these places where at one time they were quote unquote anti-Trump or against what he was policy and things like that. Now they're all kissing up and giving money and trying to be in his good graces because they know the retaliatory nature that man works under. That's why a judge like that would do what they did, because I want to still keep my power.
Mm-hmm.
I want to still keep my power, so I'm not gonna be that nigga.
Yeah, that's what nobody's talking about, man. And that's why Meta did what they did. I mean, it was so obvious, you know.
Kissing up to this motherfucker already, man.
Yeah.
Fucking Mark Zuckerberg is a trash bag, bro.
Yeah.
And
no more fact checking.
Come on, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, because they live in a world that's without facts. That's their whole thing is they hate facts. They fucking hate facts. So, but I mean, I don't really fuck with Facebook that more anyway. It's attached to my other shit. But this dude, and which brings me to, I mean, not to veer off topic, the only reason these motherfuckers is getting rid of TikTok is because, in my opinion, is that TikTok reports shit live unfiltered. Right now,
that's part of
all the other social media shit is social media, mainstream media is all controlled by the people they like at this point. It's all right wing. Right? So with TikTok, they don't have control over it. So they figure they get rid of TikTok, everybody's gonna go back to Facebook, Instagram, whatever. But that's all owned by Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg already told you where he stands. The Twitter exodus is insane because of what this clown Shelon is doing over there. And you got everybody going to blue skies now. And they may be the next target.
I'm just gonna say this live on our podcast right now. I'm saying right now. Whoever owns TikTok, if y'all out there listening, send me whatever y'all want for TikTok's price. Send it to me and then sell it to me and y'all get the money back and we can just be done with it. TikTok can still exist. Sell TikTok to me and I'll keep it running. I mean,
it's all about the control of information. It's the control of fucking information. And all the social media platforms and all the news platforms are all controlled.
And Jamal, that's a dose of it, but let's keep it even more honest. If TikTok donated money to Trump, this wouldn't be a thing also.
That's what that whole shit was where they came to Mar-a-Lago was about. He probably just asked me straight up, can I count on you?
Here's my thing though. Does TikTok care? Because my thing is this, like Jamal, I'm asking, couldn't TikTok technically just find an American that works for them or anybody and say, here, buy our company and just sell it to an American and it be American and just
Of course they could, but do you want to sell your house? You know what I mean?
Right. Keep it.
Of course they could. Of course they could. It's a Chinese company or whatever it is, but they're not going to be dictated to like that. I mean, they still have a global community.
And exactly, they're going to be fine without the U.S.
100%.
We've talked about this before, but they're going to be fine without the U.S. Many of us are, like I said, like. There's a lot of people on TikTok who are still upset about this shit, but they're going to be fine without the U.S. But the U.S. doesn't understand. There's VPNs.
What TikTok don't understand is when you let your boy get 25,000 followers and then you violate him off your thing, I ain't mad at him because guess what? Now it helps me because all those people that ain't on TikTok, they might have to use Instagram, they might have to use Facebook, they might have to use other places that didn't kick your boy off.
Listen, he's going to cost a lot of people a lot of money. He's going to cost a lot of people a lot of money when this shit goes through, bro. And
but it saves TikTok the money from not paying it out.
He talking about me, Dan. Me getting kicked off TikTok cost me money. Now, if I'm a millionaire for TikTok, no, but was I making money off TikTok shop and the little bit of things that TikTok was allowing me to do with 25,000 followers? Yeah, I made a couple of dollars. So yeah, I'm going
to do that's unexpected income that you don't normally. That's another avenue of income that you normally wouldn't get. You know what I'm saying? So those people counting on those 50, 60, hundreds of dollars, whatever it may be, thousands of dollars, that shit affects them too.
But TJ, you know what the funny thing about TikTok is? They do stuff that they what is it, bite your nose and spite your face or whatever the saying is. They do that too because they gave me the opportunity to make money on there because of who I was on there, and then punish me for being myself. That, oh, you cussing too much? Are you saying too much shit? This is why y'all gave me the opportunity to make the money.
Wait a minute. What happened to the free speech, Ty? What happened to the free speech, Ty?
Hey, you can always go on Twitter with that shit.
Why you cussing,
I'm sorry,
Ty?
X.
No.
Why you didn't just lounge on the cussing, Ty?
Twitter wants you to cuss with your ass out, though. I don't want to do that. They want your ass out too.
Man, I just posted a video on there, kind of responding to one of my guys' videos. I brought up the Sean Avery situation. Because I forgot why it came up. I brought up the Sean Avery situation, and TikTok didn't put my video on the For You page because it was talking about possible violence. So I understand the guidelines of things like that. Like they're trying to, you can say verbally keep things safe for kids, even though most of my shit is not marked for kids. So work the algorithm better. But again, TikTok is going to be fine without the US. People in the US ain't going to be fine without TikTok, just like TJ said.
I've made fine without TikTok.
Yeah, I made maybe $10 to $15 on TikTok. I'm not going to lie. Being guests on people's lives and shit, people throw you coins and shit. But I used to just keep it in my thing and gift people back with it because I wasn't putting my money in there. Other people put money in it. Cool, y'all cool. I would gift other people back with roses, shit like that, coins, diamond, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I used whatever I've ever gotten and just gifted it back. So yeah, I've made a couple dollars, but it not nothing that it'd affect me. You know what I'm saying? But all of this shit, I honestly on some 12th hour save shit. This is what I've been saying about the TikTok thing, and then we'll get back to the 34 felony shit. All we need is Barron to say, yo, Dad, I like this platform.
Or his daughter.
That's it.
He'll definitely do it for his daughter.
Oh, he'll do a
lot of things for that.
He do a lot of things for that. Nasty ass some bitch. Yep. You damn right he would. Nasty motherfucker.
But yeah, man, this the 34 felony dog and pony show that they just put us through. Like this shit is, I mean, to be honest with you, I don't say New York should be embarrassed. I just think the whole legal system should just be embarrassed the way they held this. Like, yo, like you told, I mean, it's not like we didn't know these things, but this was just as we're approaching the 20th when he's fully, they've been more open on how much they're willing to play in our faces.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole
and just straight tell us you're not like
There's
them.
no deterrent. There's no deterrent. Yeah.
If you're a certain person of a certain holder a certain office, you are above the law.
No, just say certain wealth.
You are above the law. Wealth. Yes.
Yo, but it's about wealth. It's not even the office. It's about a certain wealth.
You're right.
You're above.
You're right. You're above the law. You're above the law.
The most insane part about it to me is this man, you indicted him on 34 felony charges, right? You convicted him. And not only are y'all playing in our face, but even if y'all wasn't playing in our face, y'all letting this man play in y'all face. This man with all these indictments and all these convictions still ran for president of the country he was indicted in. not caring. And then he made commercials about it. Y'all want to throw me in jail. Y'all want to do this. Y'all want to do that. Like literally mock the court system. And y'all still just was like,
listen,
y'all
if his name was Lamont Jenkins, he would not be doing this.
Done. Nigga, if his name was Barack Obama,
Word.
let's just keep it where it is.
Yeah. It don't apply. It don't apply.
Hey, man. Watch how you talk about Barack's boy, man.
Oh, that's right. They did the. Didn't they do the?
They were kikiing at Carter's funeral, right?
I know. Barack was like, "Hey, you know I'm gonna fuck Melania, right? You know I'm gonna hit that shit."
She already offered, bro. I'm just like,
you know,
she already offered, bro.
Like,
I'm just picking the time and the place. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the funny shit, though.
No. It's in them TikTok DMs, though. It's in her TikTok DMs. You know what I mean?
But here's the funny reason Michelle's not here.
Here's the funny shit about technically he's a felon as a president. Here's the list of countries that he technically can't travel to because
he's going to Israel. He's going to Israel.
Yeah, they're gonna let him in.
China's gonna let him in.
Argentina. I'm gonna get back. We're gonna get back to Canada. Argentina, Canada, Cuba, India, Iran, Israel, Japan, Kenya, Macau, New Zealand, South Africa, Taiwan, the UK, Brazil. I just passed to some of them. Brazil, Cambodia, Chile.
The United States, Dan. Don't skip over the United States, Dan.
Well, no, he's here. He's here. He defied those laws of gravity already. The Dominican Republic, Egypt, Ethiopia, Hong Kong, Indonesia, Malaysia, Mexico. We're gonna talk about them with Canada in a second.
Peru, half of those whole countries, anyways, man.
Bro,
you don't go nowhere.
The G7 countries are in there. The G7 countries are in there.
So what? But let's be realistic, right? Like, who's gonna enforce that law? What country's gonna enforce that? You know what I'm saying? What country's gonna be like, oh, the president of the United States is supposed to be coming here to talk to our president or do whatever business he got to do there? What country is gonna be like,
nah, you can't come here. Nah. Sorry, sir. We gotta follow our laws to a T.
If I was them, I would. If I was them, I would make it a fucking example out of him, and just prove to the world that the world thinks that America is a fucking joke and is a laughing stock.
We don't run on your time. Yes, we don't run on your time. We don't run on your time.
Plain and simple. Plain and simple. I would uphold all of this shit, and especially Mexico and Canada, because this guy openly talking about, yeah, we should make Canada the 51st state. Let's go invade Greenland and dumb shit. Like Jamal, like all I heard when he said that shit is, you know what? Let's expand the US and get some more of these white ass countries to get the white population a little larger.
What he's doing is this. He's going to say wild shit because if everybody reacts to the wild shit he says, that means you're not looking at how they looting the treasury and the Social Security. And he's just saying he's going to continue to say wild shit that he can't do. But it's going to clip with the focus over there. Meanwhile, they're going to be looting the banks. That's all that is. So don't pay attention to none of that crazy shit. If he's going to double down, they're going to see even crazier shit, man.
Gulf of America, baby. Yeah. Gulf of America.
Word.
Margin Taylor Greens out of there.
I think it's a great idea.
Look at all those countries on that. But look at the countries on that list, right? A lot of those countries on that list are countries that, gonna need some money, might need some help with military help, might need something from the United States. So if they stand on business and say, hey, Trump, you're not allowed to come here, and then he go back, fuck them, we're not sending no money, we're not never helping them again. You know what I mean? They don't want to lose that balance. So
he can't turn the world against the United States, bro. It's not gonna work out.
It's not gonna work. You gotta look at what he says. and anything he says, and you have to look at and examine how it geopolitically affects Russia. 90% of the shit he says.
That part right there.
Yeah, so it's not hard. It's not hard. So I wouldn't get caught up in the hyperbole of the shit he says. They're gonna continue to say wild shit because their whole mission is just to rob the fucking country. That's their whole. It's for billionaires to rob the country. You know, this guy Elon Musk makes a bulk of his money off of government contracts and handouts. You know what I'm saying? Fuck
I'm
him.
a little bit of an advocate of a double, right? For me, what I know about Mexican government and with the cartels and all the shit that's all I hear about Mexico. Mexico is a pretty fucked up country, right? In general, Mexico is fucked up. And I don't hear nothing about Canada political wise. I don't know nothing about Canada's government or nothing like that. So who's to say that those governments, because for me, all I hear about is fucked up shit in Mexico. And Canada don't do shit. I don't hear nothing about Canada. They never involved in nothing. I don't see that they don't do shit. Who's to say that Trump might actually be able to talk to those governments and have those governments say, hey, it's beneficial for us to be a part of it.
No. You know why? Because these people ain't giving up their universal health care. They're not giving up none of the shit that they already have to go backwards, bro. This shit has been written in stone at this point. They're not giving up shit. So to come into that fold is retarded. We don't use that word anymore. But that's what it would be.
The whole socialism, that whole socialism word has been so villainized in our society that it's you know, most people don't even realize how beneficial the shit is.
They don't even know what socialism is. They can't even tell you what socialism is.
They be like, oh, so we're gonna pay higher taxes? We're paying insurance companies thousands of dollars anyway.
And they don't want to pay out.
And they don't want to pay out. So you know what? If it costs me a little bit more to get the I can go see a doctor whenever I want to get the surgery, or you gotta wait. We're waiting already. There's a list for liver transplants, lung, heart, all these transplants, kidney, all these transplants. There's waiting lists. So what are you talking about? We gotta wait. We've been waiting. We're at the mercy of these health insurance companies to get shit done. I posted a video in another group. The lady was in the middle of surgery. United Healthcare called this lady while she was in the middle of surgery. This lady had breast cancer, and it was like, does she need to stay overnight? And then she was like, you called me out of surgery for this? Yes, she needs to stay overnight. And then she told us, like, first of all, this woman has breast cancer. And it was like, oh, that's another department. They're not even talking to each other. One hand doesn't know what the other hand is doing in half these companies. You understand that? So,
and Tyrone, when you mention these countries, when you mentioned Canada, Mexico, like we don't hear much bad about Canada, except for recently, I think Trudeau stepped down or whatever. Or not Trudeau, whatever his fucking was. Yes, what was his name, Jamal?
Which one?
The Prime Minister of Canada.
Trudeau said he was going to step down.
Yeah, it was Trudeau.
He said he was going to step down, and then he pulled back on it.
But here's the thing: Mexico, brown country. How do they report brown countries? You're only going to hear the negative. You hear about these African countries in America, all these countries in Africa. What do we hear? Oh, flies on the face, hunger, starvation. They just tell us the negative.
As if this country isn't fucked up too.
Right. But half the people that are saying this shit never been outside the United States.
Well, Americans don't travel. For the most part, Americans by and large are the least traveled of the first world nations. I forgot the percentage. The amount of people that don't have a passport is disturbing, right? So if a certain group controls all the news and the media you get coming in order to make it seem like here is the greatest place on earth, what are they going to do? They're going to give you nothing but negative point of view from everywhere fucking else. So I always implore people to travel. See it for yourself. Mexico has not taken a hit in tourism in 50 years. So it can't be nearly as bad as they say. Yeah?
Bro, what do we say every time somebody loses out the playoffs? They're going to Cancun. What
Yeah.
the fuck? Where the
Dog.
fuck you think that is?
Is there some fucked up shit?
Like
Of
the
course. There's fucked up shit here, right? Yeah, nigga, just don't go where the cartels are. I get it, but ain't nobody traveling here to come from other countries to go to half our cities, to
Right,
Detroit or
right.
Cleveland or anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody's going to America to visit Idaho.
No,
It's not on the
It's not-
itinerary.
No,
It's not
fam,
on the itinerary.
bro.
Kentucky
It
is
is
not
what
on
it
the
is.
itinerary. You know what I'm saying?
Travel,
Wyoming is not on the itinerary, bro. You're not
see
going
the
to
rest of the
see.
world
Yes.
and whatever. So yeah, they always trying to make you think that bullshit to sell their political points. But the president of Mexico, man, she's doing her thing. She's doing her thing, and she
Wait a
getting
minute. You
getting
said
under
the
this dude's
president
skin.
of Mexico is she.
She's a she.
She.
So right away, Trump got a problem with her. Right away.
She.
Right away. Yeah.
She.
Right away, got a problem.
That's the disclaimer right there.
So she outsmarting him at every. She's witty too, and she outsmarting him on social media in every way. And that's
And I believe the
that's
person
hitting
who
him in his
was
little
supposed to take
cojones.
over Canada is a woman also.
100%.
boy.
I'm
So
about
he
to go to
was-
Canada this year too, so fuck him. You know.
But
Beautiful country.
Meanwhile, socialism is a bad word for a lot of things here, right? People don't even know the difference between socialism and communism.
They
All of our
equate the two as
allies
the same.
employ some
They
form of
equate the two
socialism.
they
First
equate
world
the two as
countries,
the
right?
same.
Yeah. You
Half
know,
the country is socialism because we're paying them to fucking function.
dude,
the billionaires and the fucking corporations are all benefiting from socialism right now. You know what I'm saying?
dude,
From corporate welfare.
Corporate welfare.
People who are of Social Security age,
Yes, sir.
socialism.
Yes.
Socialism. This is part reason why.
Wait a minute,
Social
Dan. It's
Security is
called
part reason why-
Social Security. Social is in the damn name, bro. What the fuck?
It's part why I'm thinking of leaving when I hit my 20. It's part reason why I'm thinking of leaving. Because like I've said, and as I talk to people more outside of this box here, like they've been openly talking about cutting it. Why?
And it's crazy.
That word
Like some of the
social.
countries that we send money to or that are allies have universal health care and universal education.
And they're better off
They're taking all
for
this
it.
stuff. We're sending billions right now to Israel. Israel has universal health care, man. But we don't have it here.
That don't count though, Jamal. That don't count.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, because they're using it to kill brown people, which America prefers.
And I'm just saying in general, like all these other first world nations that are our allies and places that we're sending money all have some sort of universal care, whether it be education, whether it be healthcare or whatever. So why do they need our money if they're paying for that other stuff? You know what I'm saying?
Right. But and part reason why we'll never get it here is because they know why and they know the areas that it'll benefit and it'll help.
100%. They want a dumb populace. Vivek and Elon pretty much put it out on a plate.
So if universal health care is in all these other countries and they're not negotiating with these insurance companies the same way, why is it a problem for us to negotiate with them the same way?
Greed.
Because
money.
Greed. They don't, these people, so these people, you know, especially in the billionaire class, you know, they not to be too controversial.
Can I ask you a question? Do billionaires have health insurance?
They got the best. It's an afterthought for them. On top of it,
you think
politicians have universal health care.
Are they paying premiums? Are they paying premiums?
You think they're paying out of pocket?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
They can get the money. They can get the money here, though. Like you understand too. Like some of these countries, like they know they can get the money here. Healthcare system can get the money in the United States. People gonna pay for healthcare. It's just common. Whereas some of these countries, if they did have a healthcare system and it wasn't free, a lot of those people would just say fuck it. No, I mean in America, most people are not going to say fuck the healthcare. They're going to try to be able to go to the doctor. Whereas in them other countries, they already live in bad. A lot of those people would say fuck healthcare. I don't even need it, and they're not going to get the money anyway. So it's like,
Yeah, but
Listen,
purpose.
In Ghana, I'm sorry, in Ghana, yeah, you pay. There is pretty much no health insurance. Like whatever it is, like if you go into the doctor, you're paying out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way it is. I mean, I mean, the people who move there, of course, they would want the health insurance. You know what I'm saying? But man, not if it's gonna be robbing the people like over here.
Yeah,
It's
but
crazy, dog.
again, over here, the reason why we don't have it for free, it's
It's
greed.
greed.
But part of that reasoning is again the words that I hate to say, but they love inner cities, aka where we live, where people of color live. Oh my goodness, you might live longer than us. It's that's a part of the
You
rabbit
may
hole
be
of that game.
equal. You may have equality with us, equal services.
Yeah.
You know what I
They
mean?
don't want equal. They don't
Well,
want
They
that's
do
equal.
well,
not
yeah,
want that shit at
They don't want
all.
equal.
yeah. They're not
And
saying that. They're not gonna come out. They'll never come out and say that.
They're
no,
saying the quiet
politicians
part
have
out
fucking
loud. They're
universal
saying
health
the
care.
quiet part out
Why don't
loud.
we all have the same health care that politicians have? Why?
Because the ruling class has to live to rule, no?
That shit. They want us poor. They want cheap labor. They want you undereducated, which is why they're trying to get rid of public schools and make private schools, which are going to help the wealthy or people of means, so that class stays in power all the time. The biggest fear to the billionaire ruling class has always been an enlightened and educated middle class.
that's what.
Hence why they're trying to bring the Bible back more than actual education.
But And that's what I told all of these people when Clinton was president and everybody was all Clinton, 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 and everybody was so happy because he did that welfare reform. And I had to tell everybody, welfare keeps poor people poor. The requirement for welfare is that you have to be poor. So yeah, he reformed it. Yeah, he made it so that we get it longer. Yeah, he gave y'all more welfare. Yeah, he did. And you know why? Because that keeps you poor. And nobody got that. Like the requirement is that you have to be poor. So
That's
did he help you or
that's
not?
part of it. Tyrone, no, and there's no lies in that. That's part of it. That's part of it. But that's just a piece of the chain within the same rabbit hole that we're talking about because it keeps you poor, but they keep you poor with lack of opportunity, lack of and just lack of getting above. Lack of getting above. Like a
Yeah.
person like me in my household, like me and my wife technically on paper make great money. But and to where we make great money to where we can't qualify for shit unless our credit was perfect. If our credit was perfect, then yeah, we could maybe live above our means just a little bit. But credit ain't perfect, but our income doesn't allow us any other social things to where we're struggling just like a poor person.
But
And
then,
I'm
Dan,
talking
Depends on where you
making
Dan,
live.
six digits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan, you said it. They don't want nobody living above their means.
Nope. It depends on where the
They
fuck you
don't want
live, man.
nobody living above their means, which
no.
would make this place great. Because you see what happens when we have money. We spend it because we have it to spend. The economy is thriving when we're spending
Right?
money. But they don't
But
get that shit.
But the thing was for me was I'm a guy, I'm a man, I got pride in myself, right? I will go out and try to get a better job. I will go out and try to improve myself. I will go out and try to do better. Even if when I first had my first kids, I was working at Home Depot. My wife did have to sign up for welfare because she had 4 toddlers at home. Daycare was more than her paycheck. So she couldn't go to work. So yeah, we had welfare. We had things going on like that. We used the system, but it was always a means to like, let's get through this. Let's advance. Let's do better. Let's get out. But you got a lot of people that live off of the welfare and don't even strive to do anything because
But
they're getting that. And
but
that's what I'm
Tyrone,
talking about.
but you are talking about that. But that goes to something we was mentioning earlier in how they project their opinions and ideals about certain places and certain people. That's a minute few compared to the system, the true system. As they don't talk about it in this country. It's mostly white people who are the ones who mostly are on welfare. They don't talk about how you could go right back to Crown Heights, Brooklyn, as I talked about before. most of them Jews have welfare or on welfare, but you see them driving a fucking new Honda Odysseys or new Suburbans all the time because they
Bro,
know they abuse the system. They abuse the system.
Alabama is damn
Many
near the entire state is broke.
Yo, but the point is yeah, some people live off of it, but then I think the majority is more like how you described yourself. Yeah, I can't be like this. I'm going to try to get myself up and do better than where I'm at right now. They want to, but like I can only go off of personal experience. I landed where I landed because I took a test that was fair and open for everybody. But previous before that, I struggled to try to get jobs better than call center jobs and things like that. No matter how much experience I said I had, I still wasn't getting hired. And that's not off the whole name on the application thing, because that's real too. My name is Daniel Dinkins. It don't get much more like in between. This could be black or white person with a name
Bro,
like that.
bro.
Nigga,
My
it ain't
name is
Jamal
Thomas
Green.
J. Davis III, bro.
Yeah.
They're not looking. They're
Yeah.
not looking for a party of four of black people when I put my
Right.
name on a reservation. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
That
Yeah.
shit is
Nah,
not
damn, I didn't
fucking
want to talk about my
Jamal
name, man.
Green or Tyrone or fucking Amanka.
Yeah, I don't even talk about
So
It don't get no
point
worse
is
than
like,
it.
yo,
It don't get no better than that. My name should get me through many doors, bro.
Yeah.
exactly. Exactly. But it's about that opportunity. And some places don't want to give it because they'll cut these jobs out there. You know, the applications were always dumb. Either either a bachelor's degree, master's degree, or 3 years of experience in the role that you're applying for. I just turned 18. Where am I getting this 3 years experience from?
Mm.
I just got a degree, but you're not hiring me because I got this degree and I don't have work experience.
Bro,
Right.
they got entry level jobs. They want you to have 4 years experience, damn near doctorate or masters in some shit, and they want to pay you 17, 18, $19 an hour.
That
Who
too.
the fuck is going to take that job after you put in that work? Not me.
After the American system told us, go get your college degree, go get this, go get that, and all these magical things are going to be waiting for you.
And my name is Thomas J. Davis III on top of that, right? So you look at the resume, you're like, hey, he's one of us. Thomas Jefferson Davis III? Oh,
Yeah, nigga.
he's got to be. And when I walked through the
That
door, I'm
name
like,
damn near
hey,
sound
Whoa, whoa,
they're like,
Confederate.
whoa, wait a minute.
Hey,
Wait a minute.
They saw the name Jefferson and they knew he was black.
when you come into those interviews, all you gotta do is say I was on vacation in Cancun for about a couple of months. So you know,
Right?
you got a nice little plan going on. You know what I mean?
Thomas J. Davis III. Wait a minute. I know he had some light skin there. I know he messed with the slaves a little bit, but
Nigga, that sound like a slave owner's name in Virginia.
Oh, he
nah.
should make a good manager. He should make a good manager.
Hey, do
Keep
you
the
at
boys
least put some
alive.
glasses on? Because that sounds like the name of a guy who would at least wear some glasses. You know what I mean?
Nah, Jamal Green is blackety black. They know off the top.
Nigga, if your name is Jamal or Tyrone or Dewan, or Deshaun, Lamont,
Oh yeah.
You better be a great athlete. You better be a fucking great athlete.
I'll be straight up, dog. I have never gotten a job based on my resume. It was always about who I knew. The best jobs I've had. Because my name, they see my name, my resume.
You know what I'm saying? That shit is real. And so this rabbit hole of opportunity, social, like it's people don't like to have these conversations because the truth hurts.
Yep.
This is just like a truth hurts situation, man. Like, but I want to bring it back to like what Jamal said, and then go to something TJ we was talking about pre-show, and just like see this great round world that we live in. You know what I'm saying? Like travel a little bit. I agree. I agree. I was looking at
Get
because
out your comfort
daughter's
zone.
18th birthday. We're probably gonna do Puerto Rico because Puerto Rico is looking the cheapest. Because I was looking at Japan again. I was looking at England.
Mm.
But Puerto Rico got family out there.
Listen,
But
I'm booking my flight for Costa Rica later this week
Then run to England
because
in March.
I'm going to Costa Rica for a week, and I'm going as a tourist this time. But like I told y'all know that's where I want to go to retire and like live my best life or whatever. The infrastructure
And
is great.
word.
Their
There's a lot of
medical is
Americans down
great.
there too.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Retired. Yeah.
expats.
Yeah.
They welcome retirees. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't tax your 401k or whatever your social security. None of that. They want because they know you're bringing in income to the country. So why are they turning down money? You're spending money by living there. You're spending literally. You're contributing to the GDP by just living there. So why not? Why not take that cash and
right.
and live a little bit easier? Cost of living is much cheaper than it is here. So why not do it? So yeah, man, it's just all to keep you. I spoke to an older person, older white person before, and I was like, yeah, I'm thinking about leaving the country. He's like, oh, why? Why would you do that? I was like, because I don't want to shovel no snow. I was like, first of all, I said, if you think about it, the United States doesn't like old people. They do not like old people. And they do everything they can not to support the older people in this country. So why would I be in a place where financially is not beneficial to me, physically is not beneficial to me, and mentally is not beneficial to me? Why would I want to be here if all the shit is trending downward the older I get? The sweet spot's between 25 and 45. I'm past all of that shit. I'm past all of that shit.
I just made the border of your timeline there.
Yeah, you're right on the cusp, sir. Welcome to the club.
Word.
But I don't want to pay people for landscaping. I don't want to mow no lawn. I don't want to shovel no snow. I don't want to blow leaves. I want to move to a place where, I know a guy who has a house in Nicaragua, right? It ain't the best place to be, but you know what he spends a year on monthly fees for like electric, water, and just basic shit? He barely spends $300, $400. Are you kidding me? Sign me up. When we leaving? When we leaving? He bought a 2-family house for $50,000.
My Lord.
What?
That's 1950s prices in
In
that's
2025.
Word. A 2-family house, 50,000.
Bro, you can barely get 700 square feet for 1,800 here in the most worst hood. I don't want to spend 2 G's looking over my shoulder to live in a box with 3 windows.
Or to spend 50,000 here, you gotta buy the property that like looks like it just went through a fire and then rebuild it all.
Yeah.
Speaking of fires,
Oh yeah.
Who's
I
gonna
was
reap
trying to
all?
go to somewhere else, but go ahead.
Who's gonna reap all that money or all that land that just got burnt down in Cali? Now, I don't think they was like, oh, climate change. I think somebody set them fires because this was in residential neighborhoods.
Didn't they say that somebody set the there was arsonists behind that shit?
I wouldn't be surprised if it was arson, bro. I wouldn't.
Yeah. Allegedly, right now they can't tell. Allegedly,
but there's millions, billions of dollars burnt to the ground, and we're not talking about cheap houses either. You're talking about in one of the most expensive areas in California, Palisades Park, Malibu, all $1 million homes burnt to a crisp. And you know how hard it is to get fire insurance in LA right now? They don't even cover half that shit. And
Dude.
if you do got it, they let it expire and then you can't get it back.
Dude, they said last year, I think it was State Farm or some other companies, they canceled the fire portion of their policies sometime last year without many of these people even knowing.
Wow.
I know. I got a prediction that another CEO is heading to the upper room, and the sound's gonna be from California.
I don't mean to laugh, man, but damn.
So I got 4 friends out there right now in LA and in the Hollywood Hills, and I said that all had to bounce, and one of them already lost their home, and so yeah. Listen, I'm just saying it's not a good time to be an insurance CEO. So,
I want to have sympathy, right? And I do have sympathy. I ain't gonna say I don't, but at the same time, in my head, I'm going, why do you live there? Why do you live there? These wildfires occur every few years. They have wildfires there. I'm not living nowhere near that woods.
Not in
not
the
like this
resident.
though.
No, this is
not like this.
residential.
This was
is
set.
residential.
This is arsonist, and there's a machinery behind it, no doubt.
Yes.
Because
Absolutely.
California is an extremely powerful state. It's the 4th biggest economy in the world. It's a Democratic stronghold, right? It's a liberal stronghold. So there's a machine. It's just gonna come out about it. There's a machinery behind it.
Absolutely.
The righties been trying to break California into 2 states for a while now, or multiple states, to get rid of the electoral votes. So yeah. But if you ever been there, I understand why they live there. If I could afford it, nigga, I'd be there.
Bro, California.
It's ridiculous.
But listen, I've been to California many times already. And
yeah, you know what it's like over there.
Yeah. To see, I went to the observatory, right? And to see the amount of houses, there's no green spaces in California, dogs. New York has more green spaces than California.
Wow.
I was shocked.
It depends on the part of California. I never been to
in Southern California, yeah. Northern California is different.
Yeah, Northern California is different.
Farming in California, that's done.
But I'm talking about the county of LA specifically, right?
Yeah.
Bro.
So TJ, you was there. You was at the Griffith Observatory.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
There's not a plot of land that doesn't have a house on it for miles. I'm talking about as far as you can see and past that. There's a house everywhere. I was in the hills. There was hundreds of houses on top of each other in the hills.
And we're not even talking about the valley, bro. You're not even talking about the valley.
There is no backyards. Nobody.
It is an incredible quality of life if you can afford it. You get 300 days of sun.
Right.
You barely go past 90-something in the summer.
Right.
Within an hour and a half, you got desert, you got mountains, you got beach, you got skiing.
You can do all 3 in the same day. I've seen people do it.
Wow.
Yes, you have zero humidity. And your winters is in the 50s. Like, come on, dog.
Bro.
You know what I mean? So I get it.
It's breathtaking. Like, it really put into perspective when I saw the landscape of LA from the Griffith Observatory, the amount, it was staggering. It was jarring.
It's ridiculous.
It was jarring to see how many homes. I was like, this is insane. And all those lights were on. Like, everybody lives in those. There's no black patches, no blackouts anywhere. The shit was
gorgeous, man.
It's insane. It's insane. I was like, this is crazy. We have Central Park. We have fucking parks all over New York, in all the boroughs. There were no green patches like that unless it was a high school or a preserve, bro.
Or you was in Griffith Park. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
It's
insane.
It brings me to mind of the shit that happened a couple years ago in Hawaii, man. And
that's suspect too, though.
Yeah,
but that was more of a lava shit, though. That was like a natural disaster.
Because who's gonna buy that up?
Right, that's the point I'm trying to make.
Right,
what I'm saying. So now you have there's scorched earth over there in LA. So what's gonna happen? Are you gonna have now? Is there gonna be still the affordable homes that's coming?
Never. It's not coming back. Right. It's not coming back.
And Jamal, we had a conversation earlier. I brought up the Olympics. The Olympics is right around the corner. You know what I'm saying? World Cup is in 2 years. World Cup is also going to be in LA.
Billions of dollars. Yeah.
So yeah, now you're talking about all this fresh real estate that you know that is going to be able to accommodate. That's going to be able to accommodate these two events. Two of the biggest sport events
in
in
California. The price of wood is going up, sir.
Yeah.
Sheetrock is going up. Cement is going up. All those goods are going up tremendously.
Good time to buy some stock over there, man.
So I don't know. I don't know about firefighting. I don't know about resources or things like that. But I'm maybe one of you guys can tell me what's the difficulties with. Because I hear on the news how hard it is to sustain them, how hard it is to put them out, but I don't understand. Like, what's the difficulties with trying to put these fires out?
The mayor cut $17 million out of the fire department's budget.
It's not even that, dog. It's just dry. It's pretty much Southern California is always in a drought. It's just dry.
Yes.
Kindling. The woods, the forests, it's just kindling. It's designed for fire. So the Native Americans that was out there that lived, before it was developed, used to seasonally set fires to burn all that shit wood out to stop shit like this.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They lived in the land. So it's so dry out there. There's no water out there. We see LA and we think, LA's got all this. No, it's a fucking desert. It's a flat fucking desert. They get all their water from the Hoover Dam out in Vegas and pumped over there. They got no water supply.
Come on, did you hear about the billionaires?
And it's zero humidity,
the
man.
water
There's no humidity
in California.
Oh,
do you hear about the billionaires? I forgot what they own. They own
Wonderful.
Yeah, they own. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man.
And they control the water.
They own the reservoirs with the drinking water.
Yeah, they control the water supply.
Yeah, and see, again, this is how CEOs get sent to the upper room because nobody should own shit like that. That shit should not be privatized.
No, it should
That's
not.
the whole problem. The whole problem we have now is that look, we are out of whack where shit like that is privatized and owned by a family or somebody.
How do you own?
You see, it was a loophole. It's a loophole though.
Resource.
But you know what?
It was a loophole because they own so much farming land, so much agriculture that they're saying that okay, we need this we need water for our agriculture.
Oh, it's bullshit though. It's bullshit.
It is bullshit.
Well, I think I have to disagree though because Jamal said this is how they get into the upper room, and I'm thinking some of these CEOs is going downstairs, Cletus, downstairs.
The portions with the fires and stuff though, like literally like a small little ember that can fly off a tree that's burning can just go and latch onto something else.
That's
like
right.
TJ, we're cigar smokers. We're cigar smokers. How many times, right, have you had a piece of your leaf fall off, float on your jacket, and then you didn't even realize it? You
burn a hole in your
burn
jacket. Yep. Burn a hole right through your shit. Yep.
That's how easy it is.
That's how easy it is for these things.
Ruined a couple of hoodies like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I set shit on fire at work on a daily basis with that acetylene torch all the time. Like you don't even know. Like sometimes you see metal burning and it's like the metal get on fire. It melts. It's like lava. So I know how easy fire.
Listen, I got burned by a acetylene torch on my back, so I know what acetylene torches do, sir.
Oh, that thing, man.
Oh, damn. You caught the Al Green.
Yeah.
It wasn't grits.
I never seen my own white meat before until that happens and shit. Okay.
You don't want to fuck with that, man. And the thing is, you don't know shit burn until you smell it. I be burning and my pants will literally be on fire. And I just start smelling it, and then you look down and half your pants leg already fucking gone, dude.
Bro, that's crazy.
Happened to me. It happened to me with a t-shirt. I was just out of nowhere. I'm just sitting there and I'm like why all of a sudden I'm like, why am I beating a little hot spot on my chest?
Son, when I got burned on my back, I didn't feel it until it actually touched my skin. It was in the middle of winter like this. I had on a jacket, a hoodie, a long john shirt, and a t-shirt. That shit went through in like 3.5 seconds, all right? 1,300 degrees to my back. And the hole just kept on getting bigger as I took off layers of clothing that wasn't sticking to my skin, bro.
That's
all right.
Crazy, man.
This shit was, and that was my last day in construction. Dead ass.
Yo,
Got that shit.
who turned the torch on you, man?
I was doing a job on the Tappan Zee Bridge, or Cuomo Bridge, whatever you want to call it, and we were changing signs, the attenuated signs on the back of the trucks, where they point the arrow for you to go into a different lane. And the guy
Right.
was torching one side off, and he was like, "Yo, it's light. Don't worry about it." I was like, "This is not light. This shit is welded to wrought iron. Shit weighs like 300 pounds. I was in the twilight. I was 23. I was 24, 25. I was a strong dude." And I'm like, as he's going through the torch, I'm like, "Bro, this shit's getting heavier." I feel my biceps like ready to break. So I'm like, "Yo, I'm dropping it.
Lord.
I'm dropping
Lord,
it."
Lord,
So the
Lord.
dude goes and catches it with the torch still in his hand. And when he goes to catch it, he spreads his hand out, and the other hand goes to the back of my jacket. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? He's like, "Oh my God." And he drops the torch. It was too late. It was too late, bro.
I hope that dude got fired after that too.
He didn't get fired, bro. He didn't get fired.
You don't understand how fast things work. Like at work all the time, I have to constantly remind them kids, these young boys, they turn that torch on, they burn something, and then they start moving with it still on. And I have to tell them all the time, burn that.
This generation, bro.
It's not a game, bro.
Right
I'm so glad I don't got to work next to them in this dangerous shit at this age. This generation, bro, forget it, man.
They'll turn around and talk to you with a lit torch, and it only literally takes 1 second for that torch to touch your hand and burn your skin all the way
Immediately.
off. Immediately. And they walking around with that motherfucker
response. There's no delayed response. When you get the blue flame, that blue flame goes up quick, bro. It doesn't matter what you're wearing.
Blue flame is the hottest part.
Yeah.
Bro.
It doesn't matter what you're wearing, bro. I had to find out the hard way. But listen, that shit ain't no fun.
No, and I am a weed advocate, but I understand why some jobs didn't let you be high. And nowadays, listen, I worked at Great Adventure. I worked a million rides at Great Adventure, and I think back now and cringe how fucking high I was operating the screen machine and parachutes and shit.
That's funny.
The screen machine?
Here's the other thing.
Yeah, Mach 1 Adventure, parachutes, all that shit. And I was gone. I was gone, bro.
I tell these young kids all the time when I go out there to work, right? I tell them, I said, "Listen, man, look," they be like, "Oh, weed's legal. They should let us get." And I said, the reason why these companies is telling you that they still don't want you getting high, it ain't about you getting high at home on the weekends. It ain't about you smoking, doing what you do at your crib. It's about that you cannot, under no circumstances, be high on this job.
Here's full circle. Here's full circle. Then you try to get health care to pay for this shit, and then you get denied.
Bro, I don't care if you holding the stop sign.
Dude, sober motherfuckers, this job is hard and dangerous for sober people. And these kids are advocating that they should be able to smoke weed and come do construction. And I'm like, you already stupid. You already stupid, bro. Like, you're not doing it.
They don't understand that OSHA is real.
Listen, the only time they understand is when it happens to them. And then you be like, "Oh shit, my bad."
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I got a friend that's a school bus driver.
My bad.
A motherfucking yellow cheese school bus driver. And I'm like, "Oh no. No."
Wow.
I don't know what the requirements for that was. But man. Yep. I'm like, this human should not be in charge of transporting children under any circumstance.
This is the dumbest shit ever. I'm gonna tell you, prime example, right? We go in refineries and we do work in refineries, right? And in the refineries, they tell you cannot wear contact lenses in a refinery. You have to wear your glasses. I literally had to fire this kid because he refused to take his contact lenses out. After we went to the safety meeting and that man said that certain chemicals in here will fuse your contact lenses to your eyeball. This kid was told there's a possibility that his contact lenses will fuse to his eyeball, and he still refused to take them out.
Because he think it ain't gonna happen to him.
I'm glad you led us there to a level of stupidity, because we talked about this great round world that we live in, and stupidity
Not according
is
to Lord
amongst
Jamar.
us. Keep going, TJ. Keep going.
No, go ahead. You
No,
just
that
said
was it.
Brown World.
I was trying to segue the lead into to that. Go ahead.
Remember, a proud member of the Flat Earth Society.
Oh my, yo! I don't know if anybody watched this or anybody seen this, but this man, with his conviction to the Earth being flat, is disgraceful. Disgraceful. It's upsetting to have one of the. He's part of a major group of hip hop in the early '90s. Like they're a staple. You got to mention them.
And he has a platform.
Not just that. A 5%er who talk about 360. They talk about the size of the globe and the size of the planets and the Earths and all. It
just
the
don't make
gods must
sense.
be crazy.
The gods must be crazy.
There's a couple times that the gods must be crazy.
It just doesn't make sense to me why we even discussing it at this point. Like this should be a moot point.
Shouts out to the Godfrey We Trust. This is one of my favorite podcasts that it's appointment listening for me. And I seen the episode when Lord Jamar first came on, but the most recent one, because the clip that you saw, TJ, I don't even think that episode was out yet because I haven't heard it yet.
No. They scrubbed it. The dude had to post it because he recorded the Zoom because they didn't put it out.
Oh, so that's probably why there was no episode this week.
Right.
But the first one when Lord Jamar was pretty much declared how he was a flat earther, I immediately said, like, yo, anything Lord Jamar, it's over. So because there's no having conversations with people who believe that this earth is flat. But so that's my point, right? Nobody even when you talk to the scientists, when you talk to the greatest astrophysicist we have, and Neil deGrasse Tyson, even they'll tell you like the earth is not perfectly round. The earth is not a perfect ball. Is it spherical? Slightly, yes, but the earth is actually more oblong in shapes because of the gravitational pull, because of the axis that we sit on. It's not technically round like a perfect like baseball or basketball.
Dan, according to Jamar,
these
gravity
people really
doesn't
think
exist.
we're on TJ. These people think we're on a fucking Technique 1200 on a record player.
Here's what I was gonna say, right? You was making my point that like when I hear somebody say flat earth, I can't talk to that person. Like I can't have a conversation. I don't want to hear it. I don't want their opinion or nothing. So now I'm sitting here and I'm going, because I make bullshit arguments all the time. I do have a basis.
You do.
Yeah, but I have a basis to stand on. You know what I mean? I can make you valid point. I can make you believe that I believe what the fuck I'm saying every time I'm saying it. But I want to know what is the basis that flat earth people stand on for saying it. Like what is their
I don't know. Because where's the edge at? Where's the fucking cliff at?
There's many.
That's the problem, is there's no fucking bottom.
Where's the edge? This is what it is. They think that this planet is surrounded by ice. So like Antarctica, North Pole, stuff like that. Like no, they think that we're encased in ice, and we're flat. And why doesn't the water rise? Why doesn't this do this? Where does the water go? They think of some of the crazy. They believe some of the craziest shit. But the main thing is they think we're on this round disc. Round, mind you, but they think we're on this round disc that's encased in ice that keeps the water in on the planet.
So when the ice melts, where's it going? Because it's melting. It's fucking melting. That's proof.
Everything Dan just said just gave me a headache. Like literally, like my head's hurting. I don't know.
I just don't understand how you can believe such things. He's like, so people on the bottom, why aren't they falling off? I'm like, what? What are you talking about? The bottom? You take a basketball. Tell me where the top of the basketball is at. Tell me the top of where the baseball's at. Tell me the top of a softball, volleyball. Where's the bottom on a ball? There is no
That's
bottom.
just Dunning-Kruger, man. That's the Dunning-Kruger effect, bro. So,
but I think the Dunning-Kruger effect means that at least you have some idea of.
It means the less you know, the more you think you know.
Well, I feel like if there's no gravity, why y'all not jumping off of buildings? Like, I feel like if you don't believe in gravity, you can fly then.
That's a good point. That's a great point.
No. His argument is because of density. Because of density. He says because bubbles go up. You know what I'm saying? Evaporation goes up.
Oh,
why?
You know what? You never know, man. He probably got the weed from a different spot that week before he did that show.
I need some of that. I need some of that to change my mind because that's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane to even think about that. Why aren't the people on the bottom of the earth falling off? And then he was like, and it spins around at 1,000 miles an hour. And I was like, and the dude was like, Earth takes a whole day to go around, right? So that's 24 hours. So how fast is the day going? I mean, it's just idiotic at this point. It's just idiotic at this point. And I'm sitting here listening to him, and I'm like, bro, you're better than this. Your family's better than this. Like somebody's spoken to you at some point. What did you see that changed your mind? Did you see the edge of the earth? Because I want to see it. I want to see where this ice wall is at. We got drones, we got cameras, we got this shit is everything you can find is on video now. Where is the edge at?
The only thing I've ever questioned, because I to be honest with you, when I go to bed, I'm watching I watch a lot of YouTubes and I watch a lot of stuff about the planet. Like recently, like I've watched a lot of videos about explorations to the South Pole and things like that. So the only thing I've ever questioned is yes, people have went around the Earth this way. I've always wondered, has anybody ever tried to travel the Earth this way?
Yeah, there's people that have done that.
To not lend any credence to a flat earther. I want go from north to south type travel.
I don't think I would try to go north to south because we don't know the north and south pole is supposed to be all frozen and stuff, and you don't know what's over that top. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would be scared to go that way because of the mountains and the ice and all that.
They asked pilots, Air Force pilots, military pilots. They travel hundreds of thousands of feet above the earth. They can see the curvature of the earth when they're up there. You're going to tell these guys they're making shit up now?
Well,
this has been going on for centuries.
But my point is,
you can see it just standing on the edges somewhere and looking across the water. Because if we were flat, we should be able to see some of the world's largest statues that are in India right now. And it would be like this, but we should be able to see it.
If I'm on an excursion to travel around the world, I don't want to end up having to make an emergency landing in Antarctica. So no, I'm not going that way. I don't want to have to down my plane in Antarctica and them them 0-degree weathers and shit like that. So no, if I was trying to travel around the world, I'm not going that way. I'm not taking that chance, bro.
But you're taking a boat, though. I'm just saying, there's ships that can do this. They've done it before. Like there's longshoremen that take these long ass trips around. They've been to the bottom. They've been to Antarctica, the North Pole. It's not like these people haven't visited these. We've seen as much as the earth we could possibly see that we can get to, and we can fly over the rest of it. So to say that
there is an actual pole, somebody placed an actual pole in the dead center of the South Pole.
Right.
But again, I'm the only thing I've ever questioned, and I'll never say that this place is flat, but just again, north to south travel around. Like that's all the only thing I've ever wanted to see. because I've seen many of people, go around. There's I forgot the names of the sea area like that. When you get to the bottom of like Argentina and stuff, like you have to take off. You take off from there to get to the South Pole.
Right.
Even though there's other like one of the videos I recently watched was like some of the first people who made the Antarctica trip came from England, but then had to stop in other countries that were like little lesser known spots of land to then keep going, or go
Here's the
to
funny shit, Dan.
Australia, then cut down to keep going.
Here's the funny shit, Dan. Jamar was like, "There's no such thing as satellites. It's all bullshit. You know, we can't see, we can't see." And meanwhile, there's satellites that can see the letters on my keyboard from fucking million miles out.
Yeah, I think he just got a hold of some bad shit, bro.
The United States was bragging about this shit when they would come into spy technology. They could read notes off your fucking hand if you wrote it in your hand.
Well, you know what? Bad publicity could be good publicity because
not in this case.
No. I mean, I'm just saying you're not being talked about in rap no more. You're not relevant in anything else. So why not be relevant in stupidity? We're talking about him right now, so maybe he's just cool with just being relevant.
It's a win.
Stupidity. You know what I mean? It's a win. People talking about him. You ain't relevant nowhere else no more. So keep yourself out there, bro. Say some stupid shit and just keep it moving.
That's crazy.
I don't know.
That's sad.
It is sad.
Beyond
it's
sad.
Very sad. He's
gonna chalk it up that he got some bad weed and give him a chance to clean that up later.
But real quick, NFL playoff predictions for the rest of this weekend. Well, we had the Texans win last night and the Ravens win yesterday.
Hey.
Where are we at for the rest of the first round of the playoffs?
Real quick before we do that, is Mike Tomlin keeping his job?
No, he shouldn't.
Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? Who expected that squad to do anything this year?
Who wants to live in mediocrity? I don't understand. Y'all love being mediocre. Y'all love it.
This is coming from the Lakers fan, but go ahead.
Y'all are so bad that y'all just love mediocrity, okay? Yeah, hell yeah, he should be fired. Okay, I don't want to be, just because he's above 500 every year, this man deserves to keep his job. No, you're a head coach in the NFL. You ain't won a playoff game in 6 seasons, and then you go out and get embarrassed, bro. I don't want to hear about that doing more with less.
How you get embarrassed from the Ravens with that quarterback and that coach? How you get embarrassed?
And that running
back. You just lost. You just lost to a better team.
No.
Sam, how many losing seasons has he had? This dude's quarterback last year was who? Mason? Come on.
So winning season is good enough for me to make millions and millions of dollars and still rob the fans in my city.
Yeah, because your fans are happy that you're winning.
We can't even win a playoff game, bro.
I know, but you're talking about mediocrity, and yet you a fan of the Commanders.
Right. We have 27 quarterbacks on the line. So we fires people. Okay, we don't stand for it. We don't get better, but we still at least get the motherfuckers out that ain't been
winning. Listen, Coach Mike is a national treasure, and I'm all in on Coach Mike. That man's job. Coach Mike gives them playoff football, winning seasons, no matter what kind of shit ingredients they give him.
And when you look at, I take that shit every year.
If I owned the Pittsburgh Steelers, Coach Mike wouldn't have been on the plane last night, brother.
But Coach Mike got the players, man.
And when you see, this is where, if you want a model of excellence as far as a team ownership, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers, because they don't run from their fucking coaching situations.
No.
I was just looking up their list. Yo, you could pull up your team from when Chuck Noll was the coach to now. How many coaches have your Commanders had?
Dude, we had
They've had 3. They've had 3. They've had
how
3.
How many Super Bowls did that get them? Them 3 coaches.
That ain't gonna move the needle with the Lisper.
It has them 3 got them the bulk of the almost all 6 of their trophies.
They
got 4 with one coach. The other two coaches only got 2 Super Bowls between them. 18 years, one championship is not enough for me, brother. I'm sorry.
No,
Coming
but
Not
from
enough.
a Commanders fan.
Right, but we didn't keep the same coach for 18 years and lose.
Bro.
But you ain't get no chips either because of it.
How
Y'all
many?
didn't even go to the dance.
What about the teams that never get a chance to even compete for the chip? There's many teams that don't even get a chance to compete. You don't think they'd be happy to make the playoffs?
The level of logic that you're saying right now is a part of this microwave culture that we live in. It's microwave because it's you. If you understand team sports, everything takes time. Nothing is just built overnight. Some teams it works. Some teams you get that shit that just clicks. Some teams it takes time. And again, Mike Tomlin to never have a losing record. You've won Super Bowls in your legacy and your history there. You're doing something right. It then becomes down to the personnel putting in the work.
He won one Super Bowl, not Super Bowls.
I said one Super. I didn't say multiple.
18.
I said he won a Super Bowl in his history.
So him being above 500 and making the playoffs is good enough for him to keep his job 12 years after winning a Super Bowl.
So how many other coaches have done the same? How many other coaches have done the same?
Let me ask you this:
won a Super Bowl?
When is it on the players on the field to get the job done? When is it on the players? When is it
on
the
front office? The front office to give him the soldiers, the horses to do it.
Bro, the coach can only coach. He can't play offense, defense, and special teams, dog.
That part.
Who's been his quarterback since Ben the Molester left?
He did enough to get him into the dance. He can't coach them.
Hold on, I was trying to say something.
So if they're losing because the ownership has to get better players, and the players on the field have to play better, then the coach don't matter. Then fuck the coach. I can get anybody in there. If I got the personnel on the field and they playing better, I don't need the coach then.
They don't got the personnel, bro. That's the point. You brought up the point. They don't have the personnel. That's the big thing.
Bro,
he's winning with whatever they give him. Whatever ingredients they give him, he's winning with it.
I'm sorry. Being over 500, one Super Bowl does not get you that much leeway with me for all these years and losing in the first round of the playoffs.
You know what your name is, Lisper? Jerry Jones. That's your name, Lisper. That is your name. You are Jerry Jones, bro. You are Jerry Jones. You are the problem.
Which coach?
Cowboys got more Super Bowl wins in Cowboys' career than he does. So I mean,
literally,
in Tomlin's career.
Which coaches have multiple Super Bowls? Who? Belichick.
Yeah.
Tom Coughlin. Who else?
So okay, but
they all got
fired. They all got fired
because owners are dumb. Owners are dumb. As you see, Super Bowls are hard to get. They are hard to get, but they will come around.
Yeah. No, they won't. No, they won't.
This is where the coaching staff also comes into play too.
Right.
But not just the coaching staff. Again, it goes back to what TJ said, which is something I say all the time. The players have to make the plays.
Perfect example, Dan. Even your boy, Andy Reid, right? He was coaching Philadelphia. He was coaching Philadelphia. Got booted because they could say he couldn't do it. Now what's he doing with the Chiefs? They're about to go for their third chip in a row.
Possibly.
I'm not saying
they're about to. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying Tomlin's a bad coach. Andy Reid was a good coach, but at the end of the day, bottom line is Philadelphia didn't settle for mediocrity, and Andy Reid was becoming mediocre, and he had to go. And Mike Tomlin,
that is not the truth.
No.
The problem was Philadelphia's front off. Howie and them got right finally. And they was giving Andy, they was sending Andy out there with Fred X and shit to win Super Bowls. Come on. Come on. Right? How many they got the one chip after Andy, right? But that was an Andy disciple. How many Andy got after he left him?
So even for Mike Tomlin, so Mike Tomlin, then it's even better. Listen, then Mike should leave on his own. He should quit because Pittsburgh is doing him a disservice.
Why? He's a god.
They can go win the Super Bowl.
You don't have to go nowhere.
No, but Ty, he had multiple quarterbacks, multiple coordinators, and the constant is he still gets them a winning season.
Yeah, because he's a good
winning
coach.
season with Mason Rudolph is crazy.
He's a good coach.
It's the front office. That's it. They need a better front office.
Coach, but I'm not rewarding him for giving me the bare minimum. The bare minimum of a good coach is to have a winning season.
And what about the front office? Commanders coaches barely did that. Ron Rivera is always up for a job. It's beyond me.
I am Jerry Jones. That's right. If I own a company, that's right. If I owned that Pittsburgh Steelers, Mike Tomlin wouldn't have got on my plane. That was it.
Mike Tomlin in Pittsburgh is Nick Saban in Alabama.
Listen. If Mike Tomlin ever leaves Pittsburgh, he's got a job in the NFL tomorrow. Tomorrow.
He should go to Chicago tonight. He should go to Chicago tonight.
And then you're going to complain that he didn't do his job because Chicago got shitty players to play for Mike Tomlin. And you know what Mike Tomlin's going to do? He's going to do enough to get him to the fucking playoffs, and then you're going to blame Mike Tomlin for them not getting past the first round.
The playoffs is mediocre, bro.
Wow.
Playoffs is mediocre. The playoffs.
That's all you can hope for in the NFL, man, is the playoffs, man. That's the best.
No, it's not.
You get to the playoffs,
you
that's
know how much income
Super Bowls are so hard to come by.
Going to the playoffs, bro, for that team? Millions of dollars. Especially if you haven't been there in years.
What? Commanders in the playoffs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, literally. Let's look at the coaches who have multiple Super Bowls. Can we name them right now?
Andy Reid,
Tom Coughlin, Bill Belichick.
Jimmy Jones, Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy Johnson.
Retired.
You're going back to the 90s now. You're going back.
He didn't say the VHS era. He said modern.
Okay, Joe Gibbs.
Gibbs. So there's like a handful of coaches.
Bill Wall.
Is there less than 10? There's less than 10 coaches that have multiple Super Bowls. Bill Parcells, right?
And how many of them? And how many of them have been a head coach for 18 years? 0. Because guess what? 2 championships ain't enough, brother. And it comes to certain point where
most of them retired on their own terms.
Most franchises don't even have 2 championships, man.
How are you holding this man at high regard when he don't have high? He hasn't
because
won
he puts a winning product
have the
on the
pieces
field.
yet. Yes, you don't have the
winning
pieces.
Product on the field.
When they get a quarterback that's worth a damn, and some other pieces around him, and he don't win, then we have a conversation. But right now, he got everybody's castaways.
How long did he have Big Ben up in there?
Look at the coach for the 49ers. Look at the coach for the 49ers. That team is stacked. There's
all right,
no
so you said
reason.
Big Ben.
There's no reason.
He got to 2 Super Bowls with Big Ben. That one against the Packers, the referees cost him that Super Bowl. They should have won that Super Bowl. The referees cost him. But he had a quarterback. He got that QB to 2 Super Bowls, fam. Since then, let's look at the roster of QBs he's had. He may as well see if Cordell Stewart is busy.
So as a coach, then,
yes,
shouldn't Tomlin be demanding out? Shouldn't he say, "Hey, y'all not giving me what I need"? Shouldn't he be making
He's comfortable.
Why?
It's the GM in the front office, man. It's the GM.
Oh, so he don't want
the GM.
Oh, so he don't want to win. He's cool with being mediocre too.
No.
Yeah.
You get that. You sound like a flat earther now. You sound like a flat earther now. I'm turning
He's not telling him he went no. He's not telling him he want these players. He's telling them, "I'm cool with what you got. I'm gonna be over 500. We're gonna lose in the playoffs, and I'm good." Everybody's accepting mediocrity in Pittsburgh.
So the players are not accountable. The players are not accountable.
But the coach is not.
The coach can only say, "Hey, you know who the ball's getting to." We've seen it a million times, bro. You can say, "Guard that man, guard him," because you know he's getting the ball. And what happens? Motherfucker ends up being wide open for a fucking touchdown. And then you're looking around like, "What the fuck did we do wrong?"
And let's be clear, man. Russell Wilson was not the answer. Okay.
Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, Mason Rudolph.
Hold on.
What's
You
fam
said
that passed away?
Russell Wilson's not the answer, but Russell Wilson put them in the position for them to get to the playoffs.
100%. And Coach
There
Mike
you
coached
go.
them up.
There you go.
He
There you
coached
go.
them up because what was Russell Wilson like with the Broncos, right?
And that was because of the coach. What?
There you go.
And he still
Coach
got
Mike
his
coached them
job.
up.
And he
He
still
coached
got his
them up.
job. Sean Payton still got his job. And he purposely held Russell Wilson out of games.
So
Anyway,
game
back to the
predictions.
playoffs.
No more. Let's save
play-
Tyrone from the blasphemy. Game predictions. This is why I want to do that fun video shit that I mentioned before, because it is mediocrity. We are going to display our mediocrity. This is why I want to do this shit.
Because Tyrone's gonna be
Playoff
happy with
predictions.
second place.
Hey man, 2 out of 5 ain't bad, Tyrone. It's okay, man.
Come on. Stall him out, Debo. Stall him out.
The rest of the games for the weekend. What y'all got?
I got the. Go ahead.
No, I mean, what is it? It's
The Bills and the Broncos.
no, that's over. That's over. It's the Eagles and the Packers tonight, and then the Rams and Minnesota tomorrow. That's it. All the other games are over.
Yeah. So who you got for the rest of the games?
I got the Packers over the Eagles, and I got the Rams over the Vikings too. I don't trust Sam Darnold. I don't trust Sam Darnold, and the Rams is dangerous, bro. The Vikings defense is okay, but the Rams are dangerous. I don't trust Sam Darnold, and I think that the Rams are going to go in there and beat the Vikings. And the Eagles, Jalen Hurts is just getting out of concussion protocol, and I just feel like.
So what Jordan Love just came back this week off of injury too.
Yeah, but I feel like the defense of the Packers is going to say, "Hey, listen, we're not going to let Saquon beat us," and because Jalen's off concussion protocol, he's going to be a little.
So the Packers defense is better than the Eagles defense?
No,
is what you're telling me?
Jalen Hurts is going to be a little timid, bro. He's going to be a little timid. They're going to be putting paws on him. They're going to be hitting this man. He's not going to want to run. He's not going to do as much with his legs as he did before because he's on concussion protocol. They're going to stack the box up to stop Saquon. They're going to force Jalen Hurts to beat him, and I just don't think that he will.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. Who's up?
I'm going the exact opposite of Tyrone's picks. And I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Buffalo played to what now?
They're playing now.
They
They
won.
should be.
They won. It's 31-7.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Anybody
Broncos
win
came
in
out and
Buffalo.
scored a touchdown real
Yes.
quick, and then that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, you ain't winning in Buffalo, man.
I
My
forgot
pops tried to
mention-
bet me that game. He was like, "Give me 10 points." I'm like, "I'm not giving you nothing."
And
you think
I know give you nothing.
I forgot to mention, too. Of course, I'm taking the Commanders over Tampa Bay in a very close game. I say Jalen Hurts is going to do another fourth quarter, last minute touchdown comeback win tonight.
Jalen Hurts don't play for
I mean Jaden Daniels.
He wished he did.
That was a Freudian slip. That was a Freudian
wish
slip
he
right
did.
there.
Oh, I don't wish he did. I like Jaden.
Eagles,
Go ahead.
Vikings, and
Commanders.
I want to say Commanders because I don't want to see Tampa make it to the next round.
Oh,
Because Tampa's one of them. That's a scary team.
That was my point. So my
You
point
think
is
so?
this:
Go ahead.
is that there's only 3 teams I believe have a shot at beating the Eagles in the NFC. Them fucking Commanders, because for some reason they're always able to figure Philadelphia out. The Rams, because that coach is a great game day planner, but them fucking Buccaneers, I don't know what it is, and I don't know what it is. But give Coach Todd credit. If you give Coach Todd time to game plan you, he will find a way to beat you.
He's
That
Batman.
defense.
He's Batman. Give him
So-
prep time.
And I've said it before. For some reason, every year or two or whatever, Tampa always has our number.
Right. And so
Ooh,
but
you're right, Dan.
yeah, it's like I think they're gonna take the L. I think the Commanders is gonna win the game and eliminated an actual good team, right? The Eagles it'll be close for a while, and then the Eagles I think is going to pull away from
They're
Green
just a
Bay.
physical team, Jamal. They're a very physical team, man.
Jordan Love is the truth too, and the backers is good. What Jordan Love is
but
doing in Green Bay is, but I think the Eagles is just too much.
Defense likes to impose their will on offenses, man.
Now,
and
I do not disregard the propensity for the Eagles to lose in big moments. I will not take that away.
Mm-hmm.
It's not this week. It's not this week. No. The Eagles is actually my favorite for the Super Bowl.
Oh,
that's
so Philadelphia should get their second trophy this year, unless they have to play Andy. If somebody takes out the Chiefs, then it's a wrap. But
what do you think about them? Because
games?
they've been barely winning games this whole year, man.
I don't know about the Chiefs. Here's the thing with the Chiefs. It don't matter who shows up. It matters what Andy Reid has game plan that day. Because them trophies they got were with 3 completely different teams at different talent levels.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's hard to game plan. If Andy's game plan is on point and his wife kept him away from the snacks and the sandwiches and shit, and he actually focused, Andy can beat any team in the league. But I thought last year was the least talented Chiefs team I've seen.
Yeah, I thought San Fran was going to stomp them.
Yeah. And then this year, I'm like, damn, they really need help. So I don't know.
Hey, not for nothing. San Fran had the lead in overtime, so it wasn't cut and dry.
They should have had that in regulation, man. They should have won that out in regulation. Like that was not a strong Chiefs team.
Are they the Patriots?
Well, I'm glad Magabosa didn't. I'm glad Magabosa didn't.
Are the Chiefs the Patriots?
And make his picks before we keep segueing off.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I forgot. My bad, bro.
My bad.
All right, man. I got Eagles winning tonight, man. I got Bucks winning, and I got the Rams beating the Vikings.
Oh yeah. Which is fine because the Vikings, even the best Vikings team, is not going to touch the Eagles, man.
Yeah, man. I'm not impressed with Darnold anyways, man.
Maybe Darnold's Detroit got a shot against the Eagles, but I don't know. I don't know if Detroit's going to be. The only way Detroit can beat the Eagles is in a shootout. They have to score one more point than the Eagles, but they're not going to be able to stop them.
It's Phillies to lose this year. That's the way I feel.
It's been Phillies to lose for 3 years. It just depends on what Philly team shows up.
I highly disagree with Philly winning the Super Bowl. I don't think that. I think that any AFC team will win the Super Bowl. The
Chiefs,
the Ravens, the Bills,
or the
Chiefs. I will pick to win the Super Bowl over the Eagles. Either one of those three.
Man. There's only one squad there that's capable of beating the Eagles, man. That's the Chiefs.
And the Ravens.
Nah.
And the Bills.
Not gonna beat them.
Lamar hasn't proven it. Lamar hasn't proven it, man.
What did we do to both teams this year or recent time? Like we let the Ravens have it this year.
Yeah, you smoked them this year.
The Bills are different. The Bills are a different team than they were early part of the season, first 8 games for sure. But still, I just don't think that it's just Saquon gonna run all over them, man.
So my question is.
And no other team is beating offensive lines with just rushing 4.
No.
So my question
is, the Eagles is you keep the ball out of the offense's hands. You kill the clock. You keep the offense off the field.
Yeah.
We've seen now when Jalen is cold, when our offense is cold, you can beat them. That's the only way.
Are the Chiefs this era's Patriots?
For sure.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And that's why everybody hates them.
I think they've already proven that.
Yeah.
You have to put them in that conversation.
Because the Patriots had Tom Terrific, and the Chiefs got Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
And they beat you. They can beat you in different ways with different personnel on different sides of the ball. It don't make no sense.
You know what upsets me? I don't know nobody on the Chiefs defense, and they step up and show out.
And that's it. When they beat the Eagles 2 years ago, who expected that defense to show up against the Eagles like that?
It frustrates me to know.
And we should have won that game too.
100% you should have won that game. You
Yeah.
should have won that game. Going into the fourth quarter, the Eagles should have been up by 2 scores.
And Mike Tomlin should have 3 Super Bowl wins at least.
Oh shit! Here we go.
And on that note, oh, you know what to do.
Hold on, wait.
No
I'm just gonna make
no
one
more
final
blasphemy.
point, though. If we gonna talk about who's the league MVP though this year?
Lamar or Cuz from Buffalo.
But why is it Lamar? Because look, it's an anomaly this year going on that's crazy because Baker Mayfield and Joe Burrow have better numbers than Lamar Jackson this year, right? But because their teams are so bad, because Baker Mayfield's team is not that good, and because Cincinnati didn't even make the playoffs, they're not even being considered. And that's insane.
Only passing yards. But see, this is my problem with the MVP
It's
award.
not passing yards. It's passing yards. It's touchdowns. Baker is top 3 in all quarterbacking
Well,
categories.
because that's Jamar Chase hit the
Joe
triple
Burrow's
crown
number
this
1.
year.
Joe Burrow's number
Chase.
1 in every quarterback category there is. Joe Burrow's number 1.
Chase
Not
hit the
even
triple
considered.
crown this
I
year
think
with
with the
receptions,
except,
touchdowns, and yards.
I think interceptions, Lamar's still top.
But Lamar has
But-
more turnovers, though. Total turnovers than him.
Lamar has what, fumbles?
He has 4 interceptions, but he's got 9 total turnovers.
Okay. None of them also ran for close to 1,000 yards either.
Joe Burrow
Yeah.
has, Joe Burrow has 12 rushing touchdowns, though.
I mean,
not
if
Joe
he's
Burrow,
running inside the
Allen.
5, that's easy, bro.
I'm just saying.
Point is why I hate the award is because it's just a quarterback numbers award. If it was about actual most valuable player, and you take these, like you said, take Joe Burrow, and shouts out to the LSU Tiger, take Joe Burrow off the Bengals. They're still not making the playoffs, just like they didn't. Take Baker Mayfield off of that team. Tampa is still that borderline, almost making the playoffs team.
If you
Take the Ravens, take Lamar Jackson off the Ravens, you might have a bottom basement team. Yeah, they got fucking Derrick Henry, but it could be like 2.0 of the Tennessee Titans.
But Dan,
Take him off the team.
Jamar Chase won the triple crown for wide receivers, yards, touchdowns, and receptions. I mean, they don't even account that, right? Like, I mean, that's something that's never been done.
Jamar Chase doesn't have the ability to win the triple crown without Joe Burrow throwing all them yards to him, throwing them passes to him. Joe Burrow don't have the yardage without a Jamar Chase running the ball after catch.
Right.
But point is you take one of them 2 away, and they're still not making the playoffs.
Right.
Like we're talking value, Lamar and what's his name in Buffalo, Josh Allen. Like if you take those 2 off of their teams, they're completely different teams.
So Saquon should be
Like,
actually winning
different.
this then. Saquon should be actually winning this award then.
No, Saquon should not be winning this award. The Eagles have two top wide receivers in the league. The Eagles have good receivers. The Eagles have a decent quarterback. The only person that should be winning this award is Josh Allen. You take Josh Allen off of Buffalo, they have nothing. Nothing.
You take Saquon Barkley off my Eagles right now,
and still got 2 of the top
guarantee
receivers in the league and a top 5 quarterback.
We would maybe be a 6th seed.
Yeah.
For what Saquon Barkley did this year.
Buffalo would be getting the number 1 pick if they didn't have Josh Allen.
No.
No.
They would.
Saquon. Listen, numbers alone. Saquon's done enough to be in this conversation.
He in the conversation, but he ain't done enough.
Not for MVP. That team's too talented, man.
And the problem is, it's a fucking quarterback award. That's why I hate it. It just became a quarterback award.
Ain't
He has the ball. He has the ball. He controls the ball 100% of the time. That's what it is.
The center controls the ball 100% of the time, but I'm not gonna go there.
I know you saying.
The game don't start without the center snapping the ball.
All my point was to say is that
it's the truth.
Is that there's the criteria is mixed up because you can't go by numbers, because if you go by numbers, Joe Burrow and Baker Mayfield would be in the conversation. So that's my whole point.
Doesn't winning have something to do with that though?
No,
listen.
win. No, I'm saying when I was
that's
arguing
the point
about,
he's about to get to.
When I was arguing over Josh Allen versus Lamar Jackson, everybody wanted to talk to me about stats. Not you guys, but I'm saying people who I talked to in general wanted to talk to me about stats. Based on stats, Joe Burrow should be the MVP. Based on stats, Baker Mayfield should be in the running. You see what I'm saying? So that was my whole point that I was making, that it's not based on stats at all. Because Joe Burrow is the lead passing leader in the NFL. He's the top quarterback in the league this year. And he's not, nobody even bringing his name up.
It's based on
Joe
stats.
Burrow's
It's
balling.
based on wins. It's based on stats. It's based on record. And then it's based on just personal bullshit, whatever they make it up.
Yeah.
But the problem is that it's become a quarterback only award.
It should be, as it should be.
It should not. So then get rid of offense, get rid of quarterback or whatever. You got MVP, then you got offensive player of the year.
Yeah.
You never hear any defensive names up for fucking MVP.
Shouldn't be.
Absolutely.
So then what's the difference between MVP and offensive player of the year?
Right. That's my point. Oh,
but the offensive player of the year don't have to be that valuable to their. It's not the same. The most valuable player is the most valuable player. The offensive player of the year could be somebody you can rush for 2,000 yards on a terrible team. You ain't that valuable to that team if they ain't winning.
Listen, when Lawrence Taylor was playing, he changed the game. He changed the game.
Oh.
When he was playing, he changed the game.
Oh, he was supposed to be winning MVPs over Joe Montana? No.
You know what? This show's over. Tyrone made my brain hurt like Lord Jamar right now. Like, you know what to do.
Hey, man. Yo, man, I love this episode, man. It's a great show, man. We got to chop it up, give our different viewpoints or whatever, man. Yo, I love shit like this, man. Yo, great show. Shout out to the listeners. Look forward to next week, man. Pass it over to Jamal.
Yo, shout out to everybody in the comments, the listeners, and whatever. It was a great show. I know we had an agenda, but we kind of veered from it.
No, we hit our points today. We hit our agenda.
I did want to talk a little about college playoffs because I think this is the most I've enjoyed college football in like 20 years. But we can talk about that next week.
Real quick, who do you think is winning? Notre Dame or Ohio?
Fuck Ohio State and fuck Notre Dame. But I'm going to go for Notre Dame. You know why I'm going for Notre Dame? Upset the apple cart. Upset the apple cart. They're independent.
Yeah.
Fuck the SEC. All that hemming and hawing that we heard all year about the SEC needed more teams and this and that. It should be strength of schedule and not wins and losses. If it ain't wins and losses, what the fuck are we competing for? And all of the SEC teams, got sent home. So I like the parity. I like different divisions playing each other and all that shit. All games except for 2 were competitive. Whatever, I'm all good. But yeah, if this is going to fix college football and take it out of the SEC's hands and the NCAA's hands, I'm all for it. Anyway, peace to Big O, peace to Lisper, TJ and the mayor. Shout out to Hooks Rub, peace to Ishtar, Ill Magic, and Disabled Planets as always.
Yeah, another dope show. We over 2 hours with our bullshit today. This was crazy. This was a good conversation. We're all here today. That was dope. I love the back and forth. Ty, as usual, performing your role as the as the one
blasphemer.
You this close to being a flat earther, in my opinion. At this
The tinfoil lisper.
But as always, it's a dope show. Love seeing all you guys, and I can't wait for next week. If it's going to be like this for the rest of the year, we in for a good time. Facts. Go ahead, Tyler.
I just want to say that although Jamal said we might not have hit our agenda for the day, Y'all hidden agenda came out to take me down as usual. I will be back next week. Okay, I will be back next week. And I'm just saying that comparing me to a flat earther is very disrespectful, TJ. And I did not appreciate that. I did not appreciate that at all.
My bad. My bad.
And I'm just gonna leave today by saying go Commanders and go down Eagles. Go Packers and Commanders. That's what I'm rooting for tonight.
As always,
Yo, wait.
Wait,
I'm sorry, Dan. I got a question, yo. Do you root for any teams in Philadelphia?
No, absolutely not. No, I don't settle for mediocrity.
he just set
Not
up
even
for
the
the
Phillies,
Commanders.
fam. Not the Phillies fan.
No.
The Flyers? Not even the Flyers?
No, mediocrity.
Philadelphia
I don't
Union?
settle for mediocrity. I just settle for Commanders.
Yeah, right.
They got more championships in my life than the Eagles.
Club.com, 20% off your order using the code STAR5. Again, just be prepared. 10th year anniversary, 10th birthday of the show this year. We celebrating all year.
We're getting off to a great start, Dan. We're getting off to a great start.
I'm gonna be here every time too.